Yeah, all right, welcome back to episode 8 of the stupidest podcast.
Episode 8.
I know, right? Already. God, it's going fast.
Man.
This is your host, Justin Vandeventer, and with me, the bald, the beautiful,
The bearded.
oh, the bearded. Fear the beard, baby.
Justin Roddy Rademacher.
All right, welcome back, buddy.
Thanks. Welcome back to you. Welcome up to my neck of the woods for the night.
Yeah. I don't think people realize what we go through to put these episodes on.
I don't think so. We live quite a ways.
Yeah, we definitely don't live close to each other.
So you come up every 2 weeks. I go down every 2 weeks. And
yeah, that's why we don't pump out as much content as people probably would like. But we're doing good.
Yeah, no, I think
every other week I like it.
I think it's great, especially since it's 2 hours rather than an hour. You just split it up throughout maybe a couple drives or workouts or whatever you're doing.
Right?
Wherever you listen to podcasts. Wherever you don't listen to podcasts, but you listen to it anyway.
What do you think's your best episode or best episode so far?
Ooh, I don't know.
I like them all.
I like them all too. I can't even narrow it down, I think.
I think 4. I like 4.
I like 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I think those would be my tops so far.
So what's new?
Well, still playing some disc golf. I don't know. Just got a lot of stuff kind of going on. We got work going on. We got a lot of disc golf. I like to do some comedy, so I'm writing that. I got a little contest coming up, so I'm hoping to do well there. We'll see how I do there.
We'll put a post out because this is going to be out before or after you've already done it.
Yep. So that's why
we're definitely going to put a post out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll say something. I don't want to go into details yet, just in case I don't do well. I don't want to get embarrassed.
Oh, stop it.
Last time I did a contest, though, I did make the semifinals.
Right?
So I'm crossing my fingers, hoping I do decent.
I really wish I could have made this one, but I had prior engagements.
Yeah. There'll be plenty of other ones. Right. So. Yeah, no, that's what I got going on, and playing a lot of disc golf, though. I just got done with it.
You're tearing it up.
Yeah,
you're killing me right now.
Just got done with a tournament yesterday. Got 4th place out of 10.
So proud of you.
And got 3 discs for free.
Nice.
Well, one was for just entering the tournament. That's all.
Everybody got a disc?
Everybody got 1 disc.
Nice.
And then, depending on your placement, you got a certain value for that. So I got $25 that I could go throughout their disc collection. And so I got one that was 16 and one that was 9 and called it a day. I bought a mini too. It was $3. So
nice. You took 4th?
4th place.
And Josh took 3rd.
Yes. Yep.
Nice.
Thanks for throwing that in my face, but that's fine. Josh will listen to this, so he'll feel good.
Yeah, but I heard you had like a run for 1st.
I did have a run for 1st, which was very, very nice. I started I made the lead card.
Right.
We both made the lead card.
That's sick.
Which is awesome. And then I was doing really well. I was in the lead at the front 9. And then all of a sudden I had a bad hole. I got a triple. And then I got a bogey, and then I got a double bogey. So I just kind of went downhill.
Wheels fell off, huh?
Yeah. But
you live, you learn.
Exactly.
As long as you have fun, though.
Yeah, no, now I know how to play that course better. I mean, we only played it once before the tournament. We went over there to practice, and definitely going to keep going there. That's a fun course, though.
Nice.
A lot of hills, ups and downs.
Where was it?
Breezy Point.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh, dude, work, more work. It's crazy right now. But playing softball. Softball started up.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah, I got suckered in. I'm the coach.
That's awesome though.
I'm the old man at work, you know. I don't know how 33 is old, but
well, you know the most about the sport.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what they figured. They're like, oh, just so yeah, I'm coaching that, and then golf league started on Thursday, so I'm doing golf too.
You're a busy man.
Yeah.
And then you also try to sneak in disc golf in there?
Yeah. I'm squeezing in as much disc golf as I can get in. Getting better. Slowly but surely. I'm definitely improving.
Well, you definitely improved over here. I know when we were playing today, you increased by, what was it, 10?
Almost 10 strokes, yeah.
From the last time you played, so
Definitely should have been better today, though. I don't think I could get loose. My mind definitely wasn't in the right place when we first started.
Yeah. I was a little tight, too, to start just because we played all day. We played 27 holes here. Then we went to Carlton. We played 36 there. And then we came back and took a little break. Shouldn't have taken that break. Should have just kept going.
Yeah. Stiffened up.
Oh, I stiffened up quick. Which, I mean, it was fine. I loosened up really quick after
she
we
liked
got
it.
into it. But yeah, I'm hoping not to. I've been sitting here now for a little bit, getting ready for the podcast, and I'm still feeling okay now. I'm hoping not to stiffen up during this.
Oh, I'm stiffening up. My knees are killing me. Right now.
Really? I'm hoping my arm was getting a little sore while we were playing, but
yeah, how's that feeling now?
It's feeling way better now.
Good.
So I'm hoping tomorrow still get some throws in.
God, I hate getting old. Dude, I used to never stretch, never done any of that. Just go out and play.
Yep. Oh, I do that, but I need to stretch now.
Yeah, dude, now I got to get up and stretch like to start my day.
Yeah, that's the tough part. 'Cause I like stretching because of the benefits, but it's not something that I'm just like, you know what, like, gotta sit down and stretch.
Yeah, if I don't stretch,
you should.
Like
Everybody should.
Like, I can go and do something without stretching, but I'm like, there's a good chance I'm going to get injured now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, before, I was like, I'm not going to get hurt. Now, if I don't stretch, I'm like, I'm going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm starting to stretch almost every day. Even the days that I'm not active, I'm stretching something just so I...
Maybe I should have stretched when I was younger so my flexibility would be better now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super flexible, but I feel like I'm flexible enough.
Right.
So, which, I mean, I don't really need to do a whole lot of flexing around. The only thing I really do that's active is disc golf now.
I do a lot. I'm overactive.
Well, I mean, you are doing all sorts of sports. Your job requires to be active. Like,
yeah, I'm probably doing more this year than I think I've ever done. Probably since before my daughter was born.
Yeah. Well, plus you just got done with bowling.
Yep.
You're just all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Look at this. This is an athlete right
well,
here.
Of course. I'm not surprised.
Tell the guys at work all that all the time. I'm like, it may not look like it, but this right here, this is an athlete.
That is. Dude, I got the body build of like a chess player. That's my physique.
This rip 8-pack? I mean, come on. With that 2 inches of layer of protection over the top?
And I'm not trying to like diss chess players. I actually played chess a little bit in middle school and high school, so I'm not. Oh, yeah? So I actually was a chess player a little bit.
Were you?
I wasn't like on a team or anything. I just liked playing.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, I like playing chess and checkers, and
so we need to play then.
I'll play for sure. I don't know a whole lot of people that play chess. A lot of my friends don't play.
Oh, I play.
Or at least I don't know if they play. I don't really ask a whole lot of people.
I dabble.
All right, let's play. Yeah. Right now. Let's do it.
We'll be back. So, all right, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. So my first question's a little weird, but I'm going to start it off. I'm going to start with a statement, and then the question comes right after it. So,
okay.
So a blue whale can make a fart bubble big enough to fit a horse in it.
Is that fact?
That's a fact. So my question is, what size bubble farts do you think other animals can make? And I got a list of animals that I want to go through, and I want you to tell me
what I think,
what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think.
So I got to tell you what I think would fit in that animal's fart bubble?
Yes. Yep. Okay. Tell me the animal that you would think that would fit in that animal's fart bubble.
Okay.
So the first one is human.
A human's fart bubble.
A human fart bubble.
Maybe a goldfish.
Okay.
I'm going to say. I don't think it's very big.
No, I went a little bigger. I went chipmunk.
That's pushing it. That's a big fart.
Well, I mean, I didn't say what size human.
Good point. Yeah.
So maybe we have the range. Maybe you got the smaller, I got the bigger end, and we completed the whole human spectrum.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, there's definitely in-betweeners.
I didn't think of like a bigger person for some reason.
Well, I mean, I didn't think of it until just now because I wanted to justify it. So that was all on top of my head.
All right.
Okay. How about an elephant?
An elephant. I'm going to go with... like a rabbit.
Rabbit, yeah. I went a little bigger.
Yeah?
I went with a pony.
There's no way a pony.
A pony. I don't... Maybe
No
like
way.
maybe like just born pony.
You just named an animal that's like a quarter of the size that's farting.
It might just maybe it had Taco Bell that day.
Just destroying it.
Yeah, it's just it's able to like go through it like a motorboat, like through the water. I don't know.
No.
Maybe a pony's a little big.
That was a little big.
What was yours again?
I said a rabbit.
Rabbit. That sounds about right.
Yeah, your pony is about as justified as your 3 chickens.
Oh, we
never put out. Well, we got to put out a poll.
Yeah, we got to put out a poll for that. But I like I said, only one has to get into the airways.
Yeah,
and you win. Anyways, next animal is a jellyfish.
A tadpole, maybe? Like, do they fart?
I don't even know if they fart. Like, if so, I said like maybe like a size of a fly.
Okay.
So that's similar to a
like
tadpole. Yeah,
small.
we're close. All right, how about a giraffe?
A giraffe. I'm gonna go with a squirrel.
Squirrel? Okay, yeah. I did a little bigger this time again. I did a cat.
Okay. That one's kind of believable.
Yeah.
I don't see a giraffe like letting a big fart out. They seem too skinny.
That's why I said cat, because I figured giraffes they're a pretty big animal. So a cat
they're tall, but they're not.
I guess, yeah, they're not super.
They're lanky.
Yeah, they're lanky. I didn't think of that. Anyways, next animal is a hippo.
Okay, a hippo. I'm gonna say a hippo's got a lot of gas, so I'm gonna go with a chihuahua.
Chihuahua, nice. I went a little bit bigger again.
Yeah, of course.
I did a blue whale. No, I'm just kidding. I did the golden retriever.
Golden.
So it's a little bigger. A little
bigger dog.
A little bigger.
That's a big fart.
But I didn't specify if it was a baby golden retriever or. Yeah. So again, I'm trying to save myself because I messed up with the pony.
You definitely need to backpedal.
And I messed up with the pony, so I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt.
What can fit in a blue whales?
Horse.
Well,
blue whales are like.
Yeah, they're big. I did can't really remember if it was high school or middle school. I did a paper on a blue whale.
Oh wow!
They're the length of 16 buses or something like that.
Wow.
They're 100 or 200 feet long or something like that.
Wow!
I should have remembered this, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's the biggest whale in the ocean.
You're not going to get an A on that paper if you wrote it today.
No, I think I got an A on it though when I did write it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's the biggest animal in the ocean.
I think it's the biggest animal on Earth.
On Earth, yeah.
All right. No, that's all I got for. Do you have any animals that you want to go for? No, not that. Not
at the moment.
All right.
So, all right. What do you think is the wildest thing you've ever done in your life?
I think the wildest thing I've ever done was just.
You can name a couple stories if you want.
I'll name a couple. I think it was just going on a cruise by myself. I already said that story, so I don't really need to.
Yeah, that was pretty spontaneous.
Yeah, plus it was like, it was very like last moment. Just decided to go and
by yourself.
By myself. Took my first flight by myself. Took my first vacation. Took my first cruise ship. Like it was a trip of firsts, but yeah, it was pretty wild. I feel.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. How about you? Just so I can have like a second for.
Dude, I've done a lot.
Well, what's the wildest?
College, we went skinny dipping in a fountain at St. Scholastica College.
Nice. Like
right up here in Duluth. Huh?
during the day, at night?
At night.
At night. Oh, that's kind of what I was envisioning. I just wanted to, I was hoping for it.
Yeah, we went to a house party, and we were walking back to the place that we were staying at, and these girls were there, and I was trying to be some show off or whatever. I'm like, "You guys want to go skinny dipping?" And they're like, "What? Where?" I go, "Right there at the fountain." I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "You really do that?" I go, so I just started stripping down. I hopped in, and they're like, "Fuck it, we're in." They joined, and
wow.
And then security came.
Oh, so they did catch you. That's what my next question was.
He didn't even give us in trouble. He's like, "Dude, for how brave you guys are and actually doing this," he says, "if you put your clothes on, I'll let you go." We're like, "We're out of here."
Wow.
So we didn't even get in trouble.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep. It was a pretty cool security guard. You could tell he was a younger guy.
Yeah.
So
I'd say that's wild. I wouldn't do that.
good looking girls too. So that helped.
That helps. Yeah. I mean, especially like you said, like you're trying to.
Yeah, I was showing off.
Yeah. Good for you.
What about you? Anything else?
I guess I do have another one. One of the wildest things is I've had relations outside.
Okay.
I had relations on a bridge outside.
I knew you were going to come over.
Yeah, I did that once. That was fun. Again, that was at night.
With the girl that I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good for you. I'm not mad by any means, but good for you. And that is pretty spontaneous and wild and crazy. And I'm pretty proud of you for that.
I didn't I knew you had a thing, but it wasn't in my head at the time. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking with the right head.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, that's one of the wildest things I've ever done. I was not expecting anything that night, and all of a sudden it was wild and crazy times on the bridge.
Nice. I got stranded at sorority. Like that's for girls, right? Sorority.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was at a sorority house, and I got stuck there, and I needed to go across town, and the only way to get across town was by cab or whatever, because it was too far to walk, and nobody could drive, and nobody could get me there. So I had to pay for a cab, and I ordered a cab, and I realized my wallet was in the guy's car, my buddy's car, where I was trying to go. So I had no money on me, I had no cash, I had no way of paying. This is back in the day when Venmo and Apple Pay and all that, none of that was available.
You should have invented that,
right? I should have. I could be rich right now. So I stripped for money at the sorority house for the girls and made money enough to pay for the cab ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you go about that? Like how what was your selling point? What were you like, hey, I got this idea.
Well, I needed cash, and I was like, can I borrow? Like, I was going to ask to borrow, and they're like, well, we'll never see you again. So how's this? They're like, so then one of the girls like, well, why don't you do us a favor? And I'm like, what do you want? And they're like, well, we want a show. And I'm like what kind of show are you talking about? And they're like, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. So I got up on their coffee table and started dancing and started stripping, and boom, I think I walked out of there with like $60.
That's not bad.
Enough to pay for the cab.
Yeah.
And a couple of drinks when I got to the bar.
I probably would have had to pay $60 to do something like that.
So, yeah, that was definitely one of the wilder things.
Yeah. At least you kind of knew what they were getting at. I probably would have just been up there, and I probably would have just started spitting out jokes, and they would have been like, get out of here.
So,
cool.
Anything else wild you know?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I feel like there's maybe stuff. I mean, the stuff that we've told.
Never went streaking?
Nope, never went streaking.
No?
Nope.
Skinny dipping?
Nope.
Jeez, man, you gotta liven up a little.
I know. I've done that. I've gone skinny dipping like in the shower. I do it every day. That counts.
Nice. All right.
My next one is, do you believe in aliens?
Yes. Yes, I do. I believe in all that stuff. We've already talked about this, so.
Have you ever had any like experiences that you thought were potentially alienish?
No, but I do have a story.
Okay. Well, that you can't say no, but I do.
Well, it's not a real alien story.
Oh, okay.
We're on our way to a baseball game. We were playing, and I had my dad was driving, and this was back like in middle school or something like that. And we're driving to the fields, and one of our buddies, he's in the back seat, and he swears to God he just saw a UFO land in this backyard. And we're like, there's no way. He's like, dude, go back. There's definitely a UFO. Da, 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 da. And my dad's like, there was no UFO. There's no way there's a UFO. And he, for like 3 blocks, he's like screaming, like, dude, yeah, I swear to God, turn around. My dad finally like, fine. He turns around, we go back, and we go back to the yard where it was, and it's a gazebo with lights around it.
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
And I'm like, nice spaceship. He's like, shut up, guys.
It's still there. It's just hover. Oh no, it's not. That's pretty good. No, I do have something. I believe in aliens too.
Okay, you got a story?
I got a story too.
Oh boy,
that's one of the reasons I picked this question.
Okay,
so I was camping.
Okay,
and I was out camping, and we're on this like cliff, right? Mm-hmm. And we're camping by the cliff, but we're walking through the woods, and it's nighttime. The only thing, it's actually pretty light out just because the moon is pretty full. It's not a full moon, but it's pretty full. And we're going down this path, and we're going down, and so we finally get to the woods, and it's pitch black. So I keep walking with one of my buddies, and 2 of our other buddies like didn't want to go down. So we're like, he's like starts walking in there. I'm like, I'm not going to let you walk alone. Like I'll go with you. So it was just us 2, and the other 2 just kind of stood back and just watched or whatever, and just chatted. And so we walk. I don't even know. We're in there a ways, and we got our phone camera or phone lights or whatever, and we're looking around, and all of a sudden we turn because we thought we heard something.
Okay.
So we're just trying to see what animal it might have been or whatever. And so we put the flashlight up. And all of a sudden, we see something move, and it moved sideways, up, down, sideways, and flew away. We have no idea what it was. Like,
oh man,
we can't think of what it could be. And it was quick too. Like it went like just did all the motion, just gone.
Was that the sound too?
No, I was so because they can't see my hand motions.
Okay,
so it literally just like it was crazy how
that's nuts
how fast it was and the directions it was going.
Didn't the government already come out this year and say that there are aliens?
Something like I heard something about that. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the statement was, but
I can't remember who the comedian was that came out and they're like, "You want me to tell you how messed up 2020 was?" Like, the government came out and said, there are aliens. And we were just like, yeah, okay.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Do they got COVID?
Yeah, yeah. Have
they been tested?
Yep. Yeah, but no, so that's one, like, alien-ish thing. I don't know what it was. Like, we just think we call it a UFO because it looked like it was flying. And we can't think of any kind of, like, a bird that would make that kind of motion or a bat or whatever.
So do you think it was like a ship or do you think it was like an alien?
I have no idea. I don't think it was an alien. We think it was
some kind of flying object.
Yeah, it was like a flying object, and it was just a weird little thing because it, like I said, it swung back and forth, but then it went up, down, then went back and forth again, and then it just flew away. Like it just vanished. Like in our camera phones, we were both looking at it, and all of a sudden, like that. I was with Matt. He was the one that I was walking with, and he's a big guy, and so I was with him. And
I've seen some freaky stuff with Matt too.
But it's crazy because I've never seen anything like this. He's never seen anything like this, and all of a sudden he said, "Roddy, run!" As soon as I hear him say that, I was
Matt's
gone.
A big dude. If Matt says run, I'm definitely running.
Yeah, I ran and. Our other buddies heard us running and they were getting scared. But then as soon as we got out of the woods, we can kind of see kind of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we kind of calmed down a little bit and just talked it through at the fire and stuff. And it was an interesting thing that happened. Like,
so
to this day, we don't know what it could have been.
So do you think aliens are like they are in the movies? Do you think they're big green?
I have no idea. I don't know what to think. Because, I mean, with everything out there, like, obviously, I feel like there could be aliens that are basically just little amoeba things. But there could also be aliens that are...
I definitely think they're smarter than us.
There could be, but there also might be...
They gotta be. They gotta be smarter than us, because if we're not catching them, that means their technology is way better than what we have here.
Yeah.
So they gotta be way smarter than us. And that being said, what planet are they from? Because we can't go to other planets yet.
Well, that's if they're here, though. Like, if they are here, then they would be... I would imagine they're smarter than us.
With all the spotting,
Yeah.
they obviously have to be here.
Nah.
So,
Well,
I mean,
that wasn't part of the question. I was just saying, like, do you believe if they
yep.
exist?
I'm just breaking off of your
Yeah.
question, though.
Yep.
And next thing is, if we do believe, like, if aliens are real and the government actually can get a hold of them, or, like, say we actually start talking to them, do you think it'll be peaceful, or do you think we're going to go to war?
Like Mars attacks.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you think it'll be peaceful communication, or do you think we'll be like, hey, let's go? This is our planet.
I feel like it's going to take a while to get that communication, because obviously they're not going to speak our language. We're not going to speak their language. It's going to be a while before we kind of understand exactly what's going on.
They're probably connected to Netflix and all that right now, learning the language.
Maybe. That's they could probably connect to the internet and just know all of the languages.
Yeah, wouldn't it be awesome if they actually come down and you're like, how do you speak English so well? Netflix? Hello? Hulu? We connected.
Yeah, we got Disney Plus.
Yeah. Our Wi-Fi is amazing up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. I hope it's peaceful, though.
I would imagine, like,
don't.
if they have, like, all of that technology and stuff, if they're, like, if they are out there and they're studying us and getting to know us and all that stuff.
Because I feel like if they wanted to be...
It would have already been done.
Yeah, I feel like they want to be peaceful, and they just don't know how.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Otherwise, I think war would have already happened.
Maybe they don't know how we would react. Maybe we would, like, they want to be peaceful, but we wouldn't react peacefully.
Well, they're probably sitting up there thinking, these guys can't even handle a pandemic.
No. Maybe this
how are they
is
going
a
to
test.
handle it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the ones that put this here.
Yeah. Just like in South Park. I don't know if you saw that episode, but
No.
they tested us and they had space cash, and they had they were testing us to see if we would say anything about the space cache, and we were buying all sorts of stuff all over the world, and turns out that it was a test and we didn't pass.
I feel like us as the human race would fail a lot of tests. We're not that great of people, you know.
Right.
Most of us.
Yeah, we got some learning to do.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather be a famous comedian or a pro disc golfer?
I'm actually going to say neither.
What?
I know it sounds weird, but I don't really want to be famous. Like, I would love to make a living at comedy. I would love to make a living.
Well, if you're going to make a living, you got to be famous.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of famous, not famous comedians that make a pretty good living.
Like who?
Do you know who Pete Holmes is?
Yep.
Do you know who?
You're pretty famous.
Well, he's pretty famous. Do you know who? How about Shane Moss?
Yep.
You know him?
Yep.
Okay. How about?
Dude, you've got.
Well,
to
you
be,
also look into comedy.
Yeah, but you have to be known as a comedian. Like, to make a living, you have to be known as a comedian. Otherwise, you're not getting hired.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of names out there that you haven't really heard of, because there's a couple that perform in Minnesota that I'm like, oh, like, I haven't heard of them. I'm gonna look into them, and then obviously I know who they are after a while. Especially since, like, I study comedy, so, like, I'm looking at these people and trying to...
So you just want to make a living and not get paid well?
I don't need to get paid. I don't need to be rich or famous. Like, I would just love to just have comedy be my job.
Gotcha.
Like, it'd be cool to have the money, but I don't need the...
Okay, then let me rephrase the question. Would you rather have comedy as a living or disc golf as a living?
Comedy.
Okay.
That I would say for sure. But I would also I like to play disc golf for fun. Obviously, I do want to get better, but I want to get better slower at that, if that makes sense, because I like.
Okay, what I'm saying is, if you got the opportunity to do comedy for the rest of your life and make a living, or somebody said, "Hey, we got a job here to where you can be in the disc golf family and make a living."
Well, I'm going to say comedy then, 100%.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, comedy all the way.
Yep. Yeah, because disc golf
I can
is
play
something.
disc golf
Yeah,
all the
disc
time.
golf is something I can do for fun.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life. But
Yeah.
I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to like make money at it. Like I made quote unquote money at the last tournament, but it wasn't cash. It was to get more equipment. I could have got a really cool hat. Actually, I'm still kind of mad at myself for not buying that hat.
You could have bought a hat, or they could have gave you a hat.
Either way, I could have instead of getting one of the discs, I could have got a hat, and it had discs on the brim of the hat. It was a really cool hat.
Should have got rid of the putter and got the hat.
Well, the hat was more expensive than the putter.
Oh.
I would have had to get rid of that Volt.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. I like the Volt, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the disc. Even though I have enough discs.
I do like your buzz though. That buzz is sick.
Yeah, that was the first. That's the one that I took for my free disc for the tournament.
Good choice.
So I would have had that regardless.
Good choice. That buzz is sick though.
Yeah, it's got the B. It's like almost looks like Moab in the back.
Yeah.
And it's got the disc right on top, and it's got the T-pad on the
The
bottom.
B looks like it's coming off the disc too. So pretty cool.
I'll have to put that up on social media so
take a
everybody knows
picture.
what we're talking about. Oh, I got a picture already, but I'll put a better one up there.
So, all right. My turn?
Nope, you just asked.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So mine is, do you believe in Sasquatch?
Oh yeah.
You, I think, have a story for that,
Yes,
don't you?
I do.
I want to hear your story.
We're in college. It's me and two of my roommates from college. I went to school up in Ely at the time. And we decided to go camping out in the Boundary Waters. Or close to the Boundary Waters. And we're out there camping. We just had a fire, everything. We're getting ready to go to bed. Getting in the tents. And all of a sudden we just hear this. Just loud breathings, grunts, noises, and it's getting louder and closer and louder. And then we're hearing trees snap, you know, and we're like, this thing's we got the hell out of there. I was like, it was noises that you just, I know what noises, like, this was definitely not an animal. I'm like, because it was like almost human breathing. With some like growling grunts.
But it didn't even sound like a bear.
No, definitely wasn't a bear. And I can't even explain. And it was getting really close. And it was almost like they were watching us, whatever it was. And so we didn't even pick up the tent. We didn't do anything. We just ran to the cars and took off and went back to the apartments. The next morning we got back and our tents were torn up and the trees that were broke were, the smallest ones were like 3 inches in diameter and they were snapped like toothpicks.
Wow.
And then we found footprints that were, my buddy was a size 13 and his foot didn't even cover half of it. I mean, the thing was huge.
Wow.
And the spread from footprint to footprint was like 6 feet.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it was big.
That's a real Bigfoot. That's bigger than
It was,
I would imagine. If I were to like,
maybe it was definitely, I'd say 5 feet maybe.
What about like
4 feet?
those size 20 bowling shoes? Remember those? Would you say it was bigger than those?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Those things were monstrous.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely bigger than size 20. If I had to guess, I'd say a size 30.
Wow.
Maybe 32.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was big. It was huge.
Maybe Shaq was there visiting.
And the trees that it snapped were, and the way it made it sound when we were there, like it was not snap, like it was toothpicks. And you could see that it was when we got there. I took a picture of the footprint, but this was back in 2006.
Oh, so it was like on a
flip phone.
Yeah.
So it didn't transfer. I never got to keep it. I don't even know if I could figure out how to get back into MySpace. I bet you it's on there.
You need to get back onto MySpace. I want to see this.
Yeah, it was huge.
Wow.
So then we get back to the apartments or whatever, and we're looking it up. And the most sightings in Minnesota of a Sasquatch or Bigfoot was in the area that we were camping. There's been more sightings there than anywhere else in Minnesota.
At that given time or in any general time frame?
At that time.
Okay.
Or whatever, in that year. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we can't look in the future. I don't know where it is now. But at that time.
Wow. Well, no, I'm saying at that time or when you were in 2013, was there a lot of in 2013 or was it throughout in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s? Do you know what I'm saying?
For always.
Always. Okay. That's
There's
what I was getting at.
More sightings
there
than anywhere else throughout history.
Wow. It's an interesting story.
Yeah, that was definitely scary. Those noises still freak me out.
I can't imagine hearing anything like that camping. I would get out of there too. You guys did the right move.
Maybe.
Then you could have, maybe
we could have been.
Maybe Sasquatch got mad because you left. He's just trying to make friends.
Just wanted some jerky.
Yeah. I mean, he wants jerky all the time if you watch TV.
Right.
At least
commercial. I don't know.
I've never had anything like that. I mean,
the thing that's scary, there's, when we went to school up there had been missing kids from the school.
How far away were you guys camping away from the school?
20 miles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We were out in the middle of nowhere. If you didn't have a map or a compass, you were gone. It would have took you a while to get back.
Wow, 20 miles. I mean, he could get
it's
you.
Not there's civilization up there.
Do you think Sasquatch can be both girl and boy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was just.
I'm sure there's got to be. Well, maybe not.
Well, I mean, how would they reproduce if there's not?
How do we know they're reproducing?
Maybe it's just it lives forever.
Maybe it's a 200-year-old. Maybe that's why there's not so many of them around anymore.
Yeah, maybe it's
there has to be a male and a female though eventually. I don't think they're asexual.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think that's what
around and been a man about it,
I think that's what scientists are working on now. That's probably their main priority right now is trying to figure that out. At least if I was a scientist, that's what I would be working on.
Do you believe in Sasquatch?
I do. I actually, there's this book. I didn't read the book, but I heard about the book through people. So this is obviously 100% accurate. But the book was talking about in a quote unquote inner world on in Earth.
Okay.
And so it's basically saying that the poles, the North and South Pole, are an entrance into this inner world. And they think that Sasquatch lives in the inner world and comes out through the poles and lives on Earth for a while. And then there's secret hidden entrances, kind of spread out also within the world and can find its way into the caves or wherever the entrances are.
Dang.
Into the inner world. And so it's basically saying, I can't remember if it was the inside is hollow or what exactly the inside looked like, but it curved inwards, kind of if you opened up like a racquetball. You know how it's
Right.
obviously hollow on the inside, but if you could find a way to get in, and yeah, it was an interesting little thing that I heard about. I'd like to read the book. I just never took the time to do it.
Do you remember the name of the book?
I don't know.
Dang, I'd really like to read that.
I think it's here, actually. It's somewhere in this room. I just don't know where it's at.
Sweet.
I'll have to read it and then say something about it.
So, how about the abominable snowman? Do you think that's Sasquatch? Or do you think that's a different creature?
I feel like that could be the same.
I think it is too. I think it's just a winter version.
Yeah. Like it adapted to
The colder weather.
Yeah. No, I feel like that would be similar. I feel like there's a movie that I watched.
We showed people the picture of the footprint because we put like my buddy's foot next to it.
Yeah,
and
yep.
took a picture, and everybody thought it was fake.
Hmm.
Nobody believed us.
I wouldn't.
Parents
believe you.
didn't believe us. My parents did, but my grandma really believed in it. She believes in all that stuff.
Nah, that'd be interesting to see that footprint, or even just the picture of the footprint.
Dude, that was the most freakiest sound. And breathing. I can still hear it in my mind to this day.
So if I like did that to you tonight, they just kind of went like.
No, because I don't think you could reproduce
I can't reproduce it. That was actually I didn't really like the way I did that. It wasn't even. Close.
It was definitely like a deeper, raspy, manlier.
You did a good job earlier. Wow.
I mean, it was like I said, it wasn't an animal. You could tell it wasn't an animal because it was definitely like a voice to the breathing.
Interesting.
I was gonna go back and tell you with Matt. I've experienced some freaky stuff with Matt as well. When we were working at the bowling alley, we were opening up, and I swear to God, like I saw somebody run down lane 1. And so I started going down there, and Matt goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I thought I saw somebody run down through here." And he goes, "Oh." And then we could hear people talking back there. He's like, "Yeah, I hear people talking back there." So he comes back there, and we go through the curtain, and we hear people running through there. And then they got to the mechanics room, and slammed the door.
Wow.
We go into the mechanics room, and there's nobody there.
Did they get through the back?
Nope.
That's crazy.
No, that back door was closed. Yeah, that was locked.
Wow. Yeah, that's scary.
And and how I know nobody went through there was because me and Matt went out there, and Mark was out there, and he said, "Yeah, nobody came out. Nobody came out here." He was standing in the yard back there. Matt goes, "I swear to God, I heard voices." I go, I telling you, I heard them too. And we definitely heard somebody running back there.
I'm glad I wasn't working that day.
So yeah, I definitely experienced some freaky stuff with Matt.
Was it all at the bowling alley?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, man, I never really experienced anything like that there.
Yeah, that was pretty freaky. How about, so since we've talked about like all this stuff, like aliens and that, do you believe in witches?
Witches? Oh, I never thought about that. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like there's some validity, I'd say, but I don't know much of, like, obviously, like, a lot of magic is illusions and stuff, so I don't know, maybe witches are just really clever magicians that can...
I feel like there's a lot of evil out there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I didn't sit down to think about that one.
Right? No, I know.
Maybe maybe that'll be when
I like venturing off and breaking off of your questions. So, all right,
I'll think about that one though.
What is something you would tell your younger self if you could go back in time?
I would tell myself to worry less about what people think, because in the end, it doesn't really matter. It just matters how you perceive yourself. And if you're happy, do what makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody, go for it.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. I'd go back and tell myself, hey, this is what a credit score is. and
too.
This number matters.
Yep.
I wish somebody would have taught me a little bit more about that. Not that my credit's like horrible right now by any means, but it definitely could be better.
It could, yeah.
But yeah, I definitely agree with what you say. Were you not very brave as a kid?
No, I feel like I was brave. I feel like in my younger years, like...
A little shy?
I was a little shy. I was like in...
Which is weird.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely not who I am today. But I'd say like in elementary school, I kind of like... I started like in like Stillwater. I went to Stillwater up until about 4th grade. And I did pretty good in school. I was a little slow on the reading side. But then we moved to Buffalo. And then some kids would consider me like I was like a teacher's pet in 5th grade. And so I was like kind of like the goody kid. But I was like shy. I was like just kept to myself. I didn't like have a whole lot of friends because I like just moved there. And so I was slowly getting to know some kids in the area and stuff. And then it was like high school. That's when I started getting into more sports and getting into all that stuff where I kind of got out of my shell, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of ventured out. And then once I started working at the bowling alleys, and then we started calling Moonlight Bowling, started doing the Moonlight shows, got into comedy, all this stuff just kind of opened me up and into a world that I never even thought possible. And so I just wanted to get out there, and I wanted people to know that I'm not shy anymore. And
nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that grew.
Yeah, I've never been shy.
Yeah. No, like I said, when I was younger, I was, and now that's why I would have told myself, like, hey, like, people aren't going to judge you for saying what you think about things.
Right.
You know? Well, maybe some people will judge you, but those people are assholes, and it doesn't matter what they think.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good. Sweet. Getting the vibe. You want me to say my next question?
Yeah, go for it. No, I definitely, I can't see you not shy.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of a weird thing for people that know me now to think. So, like I said, I'm not trying to be shy about anything now, so I'll tell you.
Right.
All right. Do you have any group trips that you've taken that are particularly memorable?
Well, you just played disc golf with Dalton, so
yep.
I guess I got to tell that story of him at Nationals.
Nationals, yeah.
Yeah, we were bowling, and so when you are at Nationals, which you've never been.
I haven't, no.
You get announced, and you walk through a tunnel, and you come out onto the lanes, and then that's where you go. Well, our team's about to get announced, and just before we're coming through, Dalton runs out of our line. We're like, where the hell's he going? And he goes over and just Ralphs everywhere.
Oh, no. Was it a pretty...
Oh, yeah, it was projectile.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. Like the night before, was it a little... Did you guys have a party night?
No.
Oh.
No, we actually had a calm night. Like, I think he went to bed early, actually.
Oh, he just wasn't feeling good that day.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, if it was nerves or what was going on. But yeah.
Well, I mean, you're on a national stage. Like, that's got to be nerve-wracking.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe it was his first time.
Because I was a little nervous just bowling state. Like,
oh, were you?
Well, a little bit. Like, because it's not league. Like,
right.
There's a little bit more pressure on it. You want to do well. I mean, obviously, there's really good bowlers there, so you're trying to bring your A game. I mean, I don't think I placed that year. Or maybe, was it that?
That was a fun trip.
Was that the year that I won like $26?
Yeah, that was the year that you won cards.
No, because like in the tournament, I won $26 in some tournament.
Oh yeah.
Was it state?
Yeah, I don't know I don't remember which state, but yeah.
Yeah, because I bowled 2 different years,
Yep.
right? Yeah. Yeah, because I'm a professional bowler now because I made $26.
Yeah, once you win money in the tournament, you're
Yeah.
considered professional. The other thing that happened on that trip was we went to some casino. Well, obviously we're at casinos, but I think we went to Salt Lake City, or Utah. I don't remember what.
Was it Reno?
Yeah, we were in Reno.
Oh, but you went to...
We went to somewhere else. I don't.
Okay.
They wanted to go see something, and then there was another casino. We went there, and while we were at that casino, I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna buy everybody a shot." There's 12 of us, so I ordered 11. I don't remember how many, but it was over 10. I ordered everybody a shot of tequila, and everybody's like, "I'm not doing tequila. Nobody would do it." And I got mad. I'm like, I just spent $80 on this round of shots, and nobody's gonna do them. Everybody's like, no. I'm like, well, what am I? Fine. And they're all lined up on the bar. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I hammered them all through.
Oh, man. And tequilas. That's not a...
Yeah. Everybody's like, well, Justin's going good night. I'm like, fuck you.
Wow, that's a tough night. I can't imagine how you felt the next day.
Yeah.
You were okay? You had to bowl the next day?
I had to bowl that night.
Night?
I'm pretty sure I had to bowl that night. I did fine. I actually bowled better that night than I did, I think, the next day.
Well, they consider that aiming juice, right?
Yeah.
Dang, I couldn't do 12.
I hammered to it, and everybody's like, holy shit, did you just do that? And I'm like, yeah.
If I had 2, I'd struggle on the second. Man.
So, yeah. How about you? Any memorable trips?
Not like, because I've taken a lot of like road trips.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've taken road trips with like
we have.
Yeah. Yep. We took a road trip. I'd taken road trips with my grandma and grandpa and my brother when I was a kid. Took a couple of those. Took one with my family. My mom, stepdad Chuck and Brendan, my brother. I've taken trips up to the Keweenaw. I've just done a lot of road trips, and so all of those are my memorable trips. The only trips that I've really taken outside of that are I've taken 2 trips on an airplane. One of them was the cruise, and then one of them was to go to the Super Bowl down at Atlanta when the Rams were playing the Patriots that year. That was fun, but...
You went to the game?
No, we just went down there to experience it down there. So it was me and...
Okay.
Yeah. So it was me and Chuck flew down to meet his buddy Scott.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, we went to Indianapolis,
Yep.
and then he drove us from Indianapolis
yeah.
to Atlanta, and we just hung out in Atlanta for the weekend and
God,
enjoyed
that's
that.
sick if you would have got tickets.
That would have been cool, but they were like, we had an opportunity, but it was like $5,000 to get in, and it was one ticket.
Dang.
So one of us 3 could have gone. I would have loved to be that person, but then I would have spent $5,000 to watch my team lose, and I would not have been okay with that. Because that was the year that I did the beard bet.
Yeah.
And I lost my beard because the Rams lost the Super Bowl.
I'd still be okay with it, I think.
Just to see your team in the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, it's a once in a life. For me.
Like, yeah, that's true. It was a twice in a lifetime for me so far. But
your team has gone a few times. Like
yeah. 3 times. Yeah, they've gone 3 times. But yeah.
Yeah.
They lost twice out of the 3, which not my favorite. I liked the one that they won. They won by 1 inch or 1 yard.
Right.
Yeah.
That was with the Titans, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
The tackle.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I still remember that because it was the year before that is when I started following the Rams.
Wasn't that the first year? Wasn't that the first year that the Titans were the Titans? Or was that like the second year that they were the Titans?
Yeah, it was.
I know their team just became the Titans from the
It was within the first couple of years. Yeah, I don't remember what the year was, but yeah, because the Rams, they had
a good team that year too.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that was Steve McNair's year, wasn't it?
Well, he was originally the quarterback that year. I think it was him that he got hurt, and then Kurt Warner took over.
I'm talking about for Tennessee.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. Who am I thinking of? Anyways, the Rams starting quarterback got hurt that year at the beginning. But yeah, I think that was Steve McNair that played for the Titans that year.
Yeah, I don't know who the Rams quarterback was that year.
I can't remember. I was trying to think of it. Anyways, he got hurt.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner stepped in, and so he was a backup, and he ended up winning the Super Bowl.
He was a grocery bagger.
Yeah.
I remember when he first came in, and everybody was like, who is this guy? And they're like, I don't know, he was a grocery bagger like 2 years ago.
Yep. And all of a sudden, he's calling all these games.
Yeah. God, that's crazy.
He's an announcer. He's made a good...
And that's crazy, because that's not that long ago.
No.
I mean, if you really think about it, those players were not that old. Like, who's the Vikings? Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, yep.
Back in 98. He was hanging drywall. Or doing counters or something with his brother. Or brother-in-law, one of the two.
And all of a sudden,
doing construction, and all of a sudden, like, hey, we need a backup. We'd like you to come back out. Yep. Boom, and he has like one of the biggest offensive years of NFL history.
Yeah, almost got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say almost in there.
It's all we live by here in Minnesota is almost. Yeah. That's why I said I'd probably be okay with our team losing just so they go.
Yep, just to get there.
I just want to go.
I'm really hoping that not this season. Oh, maybe it is this season. I can't remember. The Super Bowl is going to be in LA very soon. I really want to get to LA to like at least get to like see the stadium and experience all the festivities that they have, because that would be a lot of fun, especially like in the city. If the Rams go there, I'm gonna go. I don't care what the expense is. I'm going.
Isn't this the year that the Raiders' new stadium opens?
No, that was open last year.
Oh, was it?
Yep. They didn't have any fans.
Yeah.
Because of everything going on. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's open now. This would be the first year if they are able to have people. Yeah.
Dave, the Bulls on Thursday.
Yeah.
His company built that place.
Yeah. Didn't they also do U.S. Bank?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, they were creating it, he's like, what do you guys want in the stadium? I'll put it in there for you guys. And I was like, a bunch of people were like, oh, I want seats. I want this. I want that. I'm like, I want my initials on the goalposts. JTV.
That's cool.
They go, why would you want that? I go, because your seats people are going to sit in your seats.
Oh,
my initials will always, like, on national TV, they'll be like, wait, what's JTV stand for? I'm like, that's me.
That's me.
That's me.
That'd be pretty sweet. Do you know if they ever did that?
No, he never did. Oh. He didn't have that kind of power.
Yeah. Dang. Come on.
So, my turn?
Yep.
All right. If you were me, what would you change in my life? Like my personality, my job, something along those lines, etc., etc. Is there anything you'd change about me?
I don't think I'd want to change anything about anybody. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. It's their life. Like, it's your life. Like, I don't feel like I don't want to get in the way of anything. Like, you get to make your decisions. You're an adult. So you get to do what you want to do.
Yeah, okay. Really? Nothing?
I don't want to do this for anybody.
Right.
I want people to live their life. I feel like everybody has the right to do what they want to do. Like I said, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, like, go for it.
For you, I would say you're OCD.
Dude, I love my OCD.
Yeah, I know. I'd change it just a little bit. Loosen up a little bit.
I feel like I'm getting a little bit better.
You're definitely way better than when I first met you.
Oh, I was bad.
You used to be horrible.
Dude, I used to play Madden, and every time I played Madden, like when I was like creating my franchises and stuff, I got so nitpicky about everything that I would go through every single player and adjust their stats so they were on an even number.
Yeah, I believe it.
It was insane.
Dude, I remember when I first went over to your place the first time, your controllers had to be in a certain place. Things had to be facing a certain way. Dude, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna be friends at all. Like this is just not me at all.
Yeah, no, I've gotten
And
more
you're
lax.
definitely more laxed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one thing that I would have changed. I'm like, relax a little bit, untuck your shirt a little bit.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I would have changed.
No, I'm realizing now that.
But now you're like I said, you're way better now.
Well, I'm realizing it's not as important. Like, there's other stuff to worry about. Like, that's when I was like, I think I was like, maybe the most like responsibility I had was going to class, make sure that I had good grades. So like, I had time to worry about that other stuff, you know. And now I don't have as much time. Or well, at the time I do have, I'm having fun and doing stuff I want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
I would probably change, if there's one thing I could change about yours, is trying to change that about me.
Oh,
I'm fighting back. I'm just kidding.
I like it though. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't want to change you by any means. But
I completely understand that one because I mean,
yeah,
I was bad earlier.
Yeah. Your OCD was through the roof.
Oh, and it's gotten way better though.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you my?
I think if you would have I just wanted you to let loose a little because now that you're way better, I think you have more fun now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think your OCD made you a tighter person to where it wasn't. I think that was maybe you compensating with your shyness, maybe.
Maybe.
You know, because since you've let loose a little bit and your OCD is not as bad, you're way more open.
I guess that kind of makes sense because, like,
back in those days, you wouldn't do karaoke, you wouldn't go on stage, you wouldn't get on a mic.
Well, it's because
you were nervous to do announcements for the leagues.
That's true, yeah. And then all of a sudden, now that like my OCD's gotten better, my anxiety, I guess, has gotten better, and all of that has just kind of opened up or loosened up, and I've just been able to be free, be myself, and not have any care about what people think. Like,
get to see the real you.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is the real me. Like,
right.
I don't shy away from that.
That's why I would change, and that's why.
No, I like that question.
Yeah.
I see why you did that now.
I know when I told you about that question, you were kind of nervous. Like, you really changed something? I'm like, yeah, well, you'll see.
No, like, I don't mind that. I mean, I would have changed that about me in my past, yeah. Yeah. That's going back to your other question. That's one thing I would have told myself is, you know, these players don't like. It's a computer game. You don't need to change their abilities to be an even number. Like it means nothing. I would take hours just to do that. I mean, I had the time.
I still do that though with the volume on the radio.
Oh, I do that for sure. Yeah.
It's either got to be an even number or it's got to be 5 or 0.
Okay, I don't do that. What I do is, because I also have numbers in between. Like 13 is my grandpa's favorite number, so I'm cool with 13. 19 is Donovan's number, so I'm cool with 19. Actually, I prefer those numbers. Like if it's like if it's going to be
those
like
numbers would make me want to change the state, like
change the volume. No, like say if like I want the volume to be like a 12 or a 14, I'm going with 13. I don't care. And same with 18 or 20. I'm just going to make it 19.
See, I don't. 15's like, or 25 or 35 or
anything in an increment of 5. Yeah,
is okay with me. Anything of an increment of like the odds.
Yeah.
21, 23, 27.
And that's kind of what I did
29
with. Yeah, that's what I did with like Madden when I was changing, like if somebody's speed or something. This is just an example, but say somebody's speed was like 93. Nope. I'll make it a 94 or a 90. I was okay with 5s too and 0s, but nope, it's not. His speed's not going to be a 93.
Yeah.
I'll slow him down. I'll make him a 92. I don't care. It was weird, but that's not who I am.
Think
today.
There's somebody out there opposite
where it's got to be like an odd number.
Got to be an odd number.
Probably.
God, that would bug that would bug me big time.
That person would be odd.
Yeah, that would be odd.
That's a dad joke.
I like it.
Oh, did I ever tell you my OCD joke?
No.
I got an OCD joke.
Yeah?
Yeah, I say, So I have OCD. If you don't know what that means, it means I love anal. No, not that I love, like, not like I get anal sometimes. Not I get as in like receive. Like I get particular about that. That's it.
I like it. It's kind of dirty. I like it.
It's one of my naughty rowdy ones. Yeah.
I like it. All right, your turn.
Okay. Do you know any famous people? Or if you don't know them, have you met any famous people?
I've met and I've known. Like, I've played with some professional baseball players and all that. Like, I've known from baseball camps and stuff like that. Know a couple comedians. But I don't really, like, know. Like, I wouldn't say I'm friends with anybody famous.
Yeah. Like, you know of or have some
and
sort
they
of...
know of me or know who I am, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not friends with anybody famous that I can think of off the top of my head. Bowlers. I know a few bowlers that are... But no. I don't think so.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I know somebody, my grandma. She's actually a children's book author. And she wrote, if anybody's heard of it, Wally Walnut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of that or not, but she wrote Wally Walnut. She actually wrote 2 books about Wally Walnut. And she is actually she has the 3rd book, quote unquote, written. And I got a chance to read it, but she doesn't know if she wants to publish it yet. Because it's a lot of work to get all that
published,
stuff. Yeah, because she was in like Barnes and Noble and she was...
That's sweet.
Yeah, she had her stuff going. So like I said, she wants to do it again, but she doesn't know if she wants to do it again, if that makes sense.
Did she have good sales?
Yeah, I think she had some good sales. And now she like... Every time like they go out to eat or whatever, they like to bring some books with them. And so they'll bring the books to, say like they're going to like Perkins or something to eat. They'll bring some books in, and if they see a kid at a table, they'll kind of go up to him and be like, hey, like certain ages, they'll be like, hey, I noticed that you have this little one. If they're interested in a book, this book is actually a book that I've written, and I'd like to give you guys a copy of it. And they'll ask if they want a signature and all that kind of stuff. And it's just kind of a nice fun little gesture for them, and just a random act of kindness, kind of, because it's just giving them a free story.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I love it. And she would like come into like my kindergarten class and read books to my friends and stuff. It was really cool.
You know, that's one of my life goals too.
Is to write a book?
Yeah, I want to write a book. I want to be an author. I think that'd be cool.
You want to write a kid's book, or what kind of book do you want to write?
I don't know. I thought about fictional, but I don't know. Some kind of story. To be honest, I'd like it to turn into a script.
Okay.
So to be a movie.
To be a movie or a screenplay or something?
Yeah. So probably a drama.
Yeah?
I don't know.
I just
think it'd be cool to be an author.
Yeah.
Be like, to go to like Barnes and Noble and see it on the shelf and be like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I would like to write, like if I were to write like a script, I think I would I'd like to either do a comedy or a horror movie. I love horror movies, and I really want to write one someday, or at least like produce some sort of a...
Yeah, I could do horror. I could do like a love story, or I could do like... Well, I've already told you, like the one that I would like to make into a movie is The Bowler.
Yeah, yep.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and I told you the TV show that I wanted to do about bowling.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a great comedy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that'd be really cool to be an author and stuff like that. Yeah, otherwise I don't really know a whole lot of like famous people. Like I've talked to famous people. One kind of cool fact, I don't know if I said this or not on here, but Idina Menzel, she sings in Frozen. I actually had to tell her to get off her phone one time. That was kind of neat.
Why?
Well, because
at the baseball?
Yep, because she was singing the national anthem for the All-Star game. And so my job was to make sure everybody was off their phones. Nobody could use their phones. They didn't want anything to get leaked or anything like that. And it was my responsibility to make sure that happened. Like nobody was to go on their phone. And I saw her on her phone, so I went up to her and I'm like, hey, I know who you are, but the people behind you might not know. And so they'll see that you're on your phone and they'll think that they can be on theirs, and they can't. So I just got to ask you to get off your phone. And she's like, oh, yep. I'm sorry. I knew the rule. I totally forgot. But yes, thank you. Yep. And she just got off her phone. And
That's cool. Good for her.
yeah.
At least she was polite, kind of polite about it too.
Yeah, no, she was really polite about it.
So,
Yeah. No, she was good about it. And I was
all right, who's the most famous person you've ever like even seen?
even seen. I saw Derek Jeter one time. That was pretty neat.
Like in public or just at a game?
Well, he was at the All-Star game.
Okay.
And so I saw him, like, it was kind of a passing by thing.
Nice.
One of the coolest people that I got to meet, like a group of famous people actually, was the Thursday night crew for the NFL.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
That was really cool. I got to talk to Rich Eisen was the first one that I talked to. I was in the room, and my job at the Dome at the time was to work catering. And so I was catering their room because my boss knew that I was a huge Rams fan, and she knew that Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk were a part of that crew. And I didn't get to see Kurt Warner, but I did get to see Marshall Faulk. And he was my favorite of all of them. So I literally got to meet my childhood hero.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't get a chance to like talk to him or anything, but Rich Eisen was the first one I saw, and he was, from what I saw, the nicest of all of them, because he like was looking around and they didn't have water, like bottled water, on their list to bring to the room, and so he's like, "Hey, I just noticed there's no water. Like, is there any chance of getting that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be right back. It's gonna be like 5 minutes." So I ran across the stadium, grabbed the water, and I brought it back, and so I offered it to him and gave it to him, and so I started offering it to other people. I was like, "Hey, water wasn't available. If you want one, I can get you one." And a couple people took it. Some people didn't. One guy that didn't take it was Deion Sanders, but he was kind of rude about it because he was on the phone. So I didn't say a word to him. All I did was I presented it to him, and he shooed me away. I'm like, I understand you're on the phone. I didn't say a word to you though. Like, you don't need to shoo me. Like,
right.
Just say no thanks, or just literally just like, instead of like say, just
maybe that was him saying no.
Well, but the way he did it was just kind of like like the face he made. I'm just like, oh, okay.
I heard he's like that though.
Nah, like again, I was trying to be nice about it, and I was trying not to. Nah, I don't know.
Don't take it personally.
Oh, I took it personally. I actually started a Facebook page against it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do any of that.
I did. I saw Mel Gibson one time.
Oh wow!
Didn't meet him. Didn't talk to him. I just seen him walking through town one time.
Nice.
That's probably the most famous person I've ever seen. Oh, what's that mean now, huh? Oh, here's my good question. One of my faves. Do you think NASA created thunderstorms to cover up battle noises?
I don't think so.
Space battle noises?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not. You can never be 100% on that, but I just don't know if they've ever had the budget to do that, because that's a lot. That would be a lot of money to do something like that.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so either. I saw this question online, and I was like, I gotta ask this one because it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, if there are,
that'd be crazy.
Well, I also like I've heard that like in space, you wouldn't be able to hear it. So I mean, even if there were battles, I don't think you'd be able to hear it.
Maybe. All right. So now my next thing would be, if they are, and you found out that they were, wouldn't it make you question a lot more things?
It would actually make me question less things.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just joking.
It would make me question so much about life.
Oh, it would make me question a lot too. Like
what else is fake?
Yeah, are you also hiding? Like, what's the sun hiding?
Yeah, is this a real planet?
Oh, there you go.
Is this like the Truman Show?
It could be. That's another South Park thing. Earth, the television show. Have you seen that one? No, that's another good one. You need to watch some South Park.
I need to watch some South Park.
Dude, that's such a good show. It's one of my faves.
Man, that would. If it was true and that was actually happening, it would change my whole, like, I wouldn't even question the cool, there's space. I have a lot more questions rather than the space battles going on right now.
What about like the good things in space that are happening too? I want to know about that stuff. What about like the space like?
I wouldn't even have questions about space.
Oh, really?
I'd be like, what else you guys lying to us about? Who are you? Who are you really?
Maybe they're aliens.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have way more questions about other things than just space. You just lied to me about covering up noises. We're in a very deep black hole now with me.
What kind of tastes are they hiding?
Yeah.
I want to know all about all these different tastes.
Is that really the blue sky? Is the sky really blue?
Well, I don't actually think the sky is blue. It's a reflection. It's a whole science thing. But anyways.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, my mind would be running wild.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot that would be questioned by a lot of people. The internet would go ballistic on questions.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was a funny question, though.
It gets you thinking.
Definitely sent me down a black hole already thinking now.
Oh, for sure. I bet it not. Just look up YouTube videos. You can go down a lot of different rabbit holes. I've done that many a time.
No, I don't want to go down those rabbit holes.
Some good, some bad.
Yeah, fun trip though.
Oh yeah.
All right, what's your next one?
Okay. We haven't really talked about this subject a lot, so I'm just going to ask a general question.
Ooh.
Do you like music?
Well, yeah.
Everybody likes music.
Everybody likes music.
So that's why I'm making it general. So, like, what kind of music do you like?
Oh, dude, I'll listen to anything. If you went through one of my playlists, you'd be like, dude, you are all over the board.
Same. I listen to everything. It depends on my mood. Depends on what I want to, like, feel that day, I guess. Like, there's sometimes, like, I mean, and it depends on not only, like, the mood, but, like, what kind of the mood. Because, like, if I'm sad.
Everybody says they listen to everything. I legitimately listen to everything.
So you're not going to skip on your playlist? You're just going to listen to it?
Oh, no.
Wow.
Like if you go, like, I have opera.
Okay, I don't have opera. I will listen to opera every now and then, but I don't have that on there.
I have Hispanic music. I have rap. I have R&B. I have pop. I have country. I have rock. I have classic rock. I have pop singles. I have underground music. I have atmosphere. I have Enya. I have Irish folk music. I have pub music. I have all kinds of freaking music.
I want you to keep naming them. I want to see how many you got. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's a lot.
I have Irish pub music.
You just said that one.
Yeah. I have reggae.
Okay.
I have Indian flute music.
Wow. You got lots of specific genres too in there.
Oh yeah.
That's good. No, I listen to I'm not the same as yours then, because I'll listen to it, but I hit the skip button depending on, like I said, I do it based on how I'm feeling that at that time.
As long as the music has a good sound, good beat, or can tell a story, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I love music. And I look at music the same way I look at comedy. It may not be for me, but I'm still going to listen to you, and I'm still going to respect you. Whether I don't like you, or if I do like you, I'm going to respect you because you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot to create what you just created. A lot of people can't do what you just did. Whether I like it or not, I can't do it.
But you appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
So you're going to take that little bit of time, maybe it's 3-4 minutes or whatever.
It makes me so mad when I see somebody and they go, God, that music is terrible. Well, dude, it's just not for you. It's not terrible music. It's just something you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thought process too.
But what that artist did is pretty cool.
Especially to that level.
Yeah.
Like, to get to be in our ears, it takes a lot to get to that part.
Yeah. Like there's even, I don't know. But even like comedians, like your style is not for everybody.
Oh no, not my dad jokes are. I'm gonna have an audience for sure that they will like me. Otherwise, there's also gonna be people there that, well, I mean, I get it, but it's not for me.
If I ever see anybody that talks bad about your comedy or like in this, I'm looking. You get up there then.
Yeah.
Let's see you produce. Yeah, go. He's got more jokes than you could even freaking read in a lifetime.
Yeah, dude. I got at this contest that I'm doing. I got to do 6 minutes. That's 40 to 42 jokes for me. That's a lot of jokes.
Yeah, and there's comedians out there that I can't stand. I don't like, but I still give them credit because that's their style. And like Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. When I first listened to Bill Burr, I didn't like him.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, yeah. But now he like says
now
what you're
I think
thinking.
of him and I'm like, dude, that guy was amazing.
He is amazing. He's
so,
and nobody can like take his style, which is great because his.
And I'm that way with music too now, though. Like I'm like, I don't like this, but then I keep listening to it and keep listening to it, and I'm like, I actually do. I get what they're doing here. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I've done that with bands too. Like you listen to an album and you're like, you know what, like there was something to it, but I didn't quite get it. But then you'll listen to it again because like I feel like you're listening to different things as you're listening to it multiple times. Like the first time you're gonna listen to it, maybe you just get the melody. Or maybe you're the person that like listens just for the lyrics or whatever it is that you're looking for the first time. Then the second time, say I'm a lyric guy, I'm listening to the lyrics. I don't like the lyrics. So, but if I listen to it a second time and I'm listening to like the melody or the beat or whatever, I'm like, you know what? There is something there. And then you're like, I mean, the lyrics kind of do work with this and it like kind of flows and it's tough to get everything all in one. And then you gotta appreciate it. Some people have to listen to it one at a time. Some people can get everything in one listen. Like Josh can get everything. Like he's great at that. It takes me a little while because I don't know music.
Yeah. What's your tape? Wow, I am really.
That's okay. It's late.
You can definitely tell when I'm tired. I can't.
Yeah.
Spit out words very well. What's your favorite type of music?
Favorite type?
Does it change?
It does. Yeah, it does change.
It does?
It does. It does change. It changes.
We're talking good.
Like when I was littler, I liked a lot of like the hair bands, you know, back in like the 70s and 80s. I loved listening to that as a kid. I listened to a lot of Smash Mouth as a kid. I love everything that the Moonlight Community puts out. Like that is because they hit multiple genres with them,
right?
So that's why I love their music. There's just so many different.
So what do you listen to right now?
Well, I'm listening to more podcasts now. And then I'll listen to like my playlist on Spotify. So it's kind of a range. So I don't have anything in particular that I'm listening to right now as a style.
Do you have a song that you'd listen to on repeat right now?
That I would or that I do?
Do.
I don't have a song that I listen to on repeat. I guess I've been listening to a lot of Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Like if I'm listening to my playlist and Billie Eilish is on, I will not skip it. I don't care what song it is. I won't skip it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
There are other ones like, or Smash Mouth too. I'll listen to anything. If it's Smash Mouth, I don't care what song it is. I'll still listen to it right now.
You're a big Smash Mouth fan, huh?
Oh yeah. I love them. Never get old.
I jump around so much. And like right now I'm really into Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Country singer.
I was going to say, I don't know much about.
And I'm into him big time right now. I like his stuff. And I jump from country music to rock, to soft, a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Which is good.
But,
I like variety.
But I'd say I'm in a country kick right now, which is funny.
You love country. You've always loved country.
Yeah.
You love singing country during karaoke.
Yep.
You're good at it too.
Thank you. I try. All right. So karaoke, if you had to tell somebody what kind of singer you are, what genre of music would you put yourself in?
Well, I'd probably do like Bruno Mars or Jason Mraz. I like to sing their songs a lot during karaoke. Yeah.
Pop rock.
Or, pop rock.
What would you classify me?
Just like
in?
my favorite candy, pop rock. I'd consider you. I'd say country.
Yeah.
You do a lot of country, but you do other stuff too. Like that's the tough part. But I mean,
country's my best stuff.
That's right where you need to be. That's his first song every time he sings karaoke. Maybe not every time, but 90% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that or Piano Man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Billy Joel.
Yeah. I sing a lot of oldies.
Oh yeah.
Man, I miss singing.
Me too.
We go on our trip, we're definitely got to find some karaoke.
Yeah, if they got some karaoke, I'm down.
So, all right, what do you think is the biggest thing an amateur comedian needs to get over or to learn to become a good comedian? What would be your advice to an amateur comedian?
Yeah, well, there's a lot, but the one thing that has gotten to me, because like I said, I kind of used to be shy, is to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
I like that.
Because you're going to be uncomfortable on stage, and there's going to be times where you're on stage and something doesn't land, or maybe you're bombing. You need to be comfortable with that, and you need to be able to learn from it. You need to be able to grow, adapt, and be able to change your comedy to either to match the audience or to reach a different audience, or just to change the joke, tweak it a little bit.
Right.
Like one thing that Brian Regan has said multiple times on multiple different platforms is he will write a joke, and if he's in his writing process, if he can make a joke 5% better, just one.
It was a good day.
Yeah. One joke 5% better, it's a good day.
Yeah. I would have to say bombing.
Yep.
Accept that you're going to bomb. A lot of these comedians think they're going to be funny every time they get on stage.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Because you're not going to be everybody's favorite, and some nights you're going to get that audience that just doesn't like you.
And accept that you bombed.
Yep.
Be okay with bombing. You need to take bombing as a learning experience.
Yep. Learn from your failures.
Be like, well, those definitely don't work.
Yep.
Or
realize that
they need work.
either realize that they need work, or depending on the style, because maybe you did the exact same show or a very similar show the night before. Maybe your delivery was off that night.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it wasn't your material. Maybe it was the way you delivered it. Or maybe it was... There's many different things. So maybe it just didn't work that night.
Yeah. Delivery definitely can change a joke.
Yep. Or maybe just like Richard Pryor, maybe you're just not feeling it that night, and
wasn't that cool?
Yeah, you got to pay everybody off. Like say, hey, I know it didn't work tonight. Here's your money back for your tickets. Come back tomorrow. I promise you, this is going to be a better show.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Not now. Maybe when I got money, I will. I'll do that every show if I have to. If I'm rich, like I said, I don't need the money, so I'm cool with how I'm living now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you comfortable with bombing your first time?
Well, I don't think I've ever like bombed. I know I've had like sets that didn't necessarily go exactly how I wanted to, but I feel like I have gotten some laughs. Like the one that I feel like I bombed the most was like one of my very first ones. But again, I still kind of got a spatter of laughs every now and then. So, I mean, it could probably definitely be considered a bomb. But in my head, I just I worked on those jokes to make them better. And so, like, I didn't consider it a bomb because I learned from it. So, I mean,
right.
Yeah. At least that's how I've viewed it.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you?
Oh, my first complete bombing was rough. I was like, oof, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah, because I did have one show that was like that, where I'm like, I'd never thought that. Like, it was kind of in the back of my head, like, well, maybe it's not for me. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I also didn't get through, like, even half of what I have.
Right.
So, like...
But your style is so much different than mine, because I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, well, maybe I'm not that good. It's not that I'm not good at telling stories. Maybe my stories just aren't funny. Maybe I'm just not a comedian storyteller.
It's tough, too, because if you are a storytelling comedian, you also need to be able to have the jokes within the story.
Yeah.
So, like, what I was taught very early, not very early, but pretty early, was that if you have a line, a sentence in your story or in your joke that doesn't go directly towards the punchline, you got to cut it.
Right.
And that's basically what I've done with my jokes, is I've cut it down to the absolute bare minimum, where I feel most of, like, all of the sentences for sure kind of go towards the punchline. I'm trying to get, like, down to, like, the word,
right,
which is the tough part. And that takes a while, because, like I said, I've been tweaking it here, tweaking it there, making it 5% better, 10% better.
Some of my favorite nights is when we do stand up to each other.
Yeah.
And then we can tweak each other's jokes.
Yep. Or critique it, yeah.
Yeah, critique it.
Yeah, because I if anybody, like, were to give me advice, I take it as advice, but I don't necessarily use that advice all the time, just because, like, I hear a bunch of different things about a bunch of different jokes. Some I feel like would be a good thing to change, right, and some not. So I'm like, you know what?
I love throwing you suggestions, especially like on changing a word here, or a comparison. Like, some of your jokes are comparison to other things. I'm like, hey, how about doing this? And you're like, oh, that is way better. And
so I change it, and you're just like, oh wait, yeah,
and it pops way better.
And I have that with people.
I love that. And then you do that with me, like you were saying earlier, like, when I go and tell you, like, you don't need that in there.
Yep.
There's no point in that being in the story. You take that out. That helps me a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, you lose, like, that, whatever, 20 seconds. But then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, well, because I lost that 20 seconds, I got a bigger punch, you know, like.
And there's been times where you're like, you'll tell me that I don't need that. And sometimes I don't take it out, but I'll add to it.
Yeah, and then you tweak it and make that.
I make that a punchline.
Yeah, you make that into a joke or a punchline, like a setup or a punchline.
Yeah.
All right, my next one is, do you like smells? And what is your favorite smell?
I feel like we've had this question, or similar.
It was similar, yeah. But I don't know if we got to our favorite smell.
My all-time favorite smell is... Well, it used to be a baseball glove. I used to love just
know, maybe we did do this one then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing a callback.
But, yeah. We definitely do need to do a couple of callbacks.
Yeah.
Because I feel like our answers would definitely change. That or fresh cut grass.
Yep. Mine's my bed. I just love being in my bed. And so just every kind of feeling towards that, love it.
I do miss the smell of a smoky room.
Really?
Like a bowling alley or...
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Just because that...
Yeah, you can't really do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't even do that at a casino right now.
Yeah, can't smoke inside. Oh, yawning, man.
Yeah,
it's a long day. All right. What is the best thing that has happened to you this year so far? And what do you think is the worst thing that has happened to you so far this year?
Well, I actually have the same answer for best and worst.
Okay.
So the best thing is us starting this podcast, disc golfing, just being able to play a lot, and writing comedy, just having the ability and time to write.
I like it.
But then the worst is starting the podcast, because it's a lot of extra work and I'm lazy. So it takes away from me being lazy. I love playing disc golf, but it's a stress reliever, but also a stress producer, because if you're having a bad day, you want to do better, and now your stress levels are up. And writing comedy, I wasn't able to perform for the longest time, and so I'm writing, but you don't feel like you're getting any progress because you're like, well, I want to test it out, but I can't. Like, I'll test it out on coworkers or friends or family, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, we definitely got to hit some open mics nights.
Oh, yeah.
Open mic nights.
Yep. I got what you're saying. You added some S's in there.
Yeah. I'm crashing, man.
Well, let's get through this. And
we're good. I'll get my second wave here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Best thing so far this year was probably starting this podcast. Been wanting to do something with you for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
And I definitely think this was the best route.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, it gets like all of our positives and negatives. Like, we get to express ourselves. We get to be outgoing. We get to...
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, we get to have a voice, which is kind of nice.
Right.
Hopefully people that listen.
Right.
Thanks, guys. And girls.
Worst thing this year, probably disc golf.
Just because, like, you're so addicted to it?
Yeah, I didn't need another hobby.
Yeah, you have enough.
Yeah, I'm busy enough as it is.
Yeah.
And me sucking so bad in the beginning made it so much worse.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't want... Oh, I wish I would have never found out.
Well, I mean, if it's something that you don't want to do, like, obviously,
No,
I want to do it with you for sure every now and then.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we do have the competition at the end of the summer.
I'm definitely getting better.
Yeah, for sure you're getting better. You got 10 better today.
You can definitely see improvements. My forehand's gotten way better.
Yeah, I actually saw you throw some forehands today. I was surprised because you said that it wasn't working the same before.
And so I am improving. And it was so bad the first couple of times that I played. I've never, like I've said it time and time again, I've never played a sport where I just sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, you've always had some sort of ability to...
I've never felt that feeling before, and it was terrible. It sucked.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. I'm going to beat you, I think.
All right.
I'm going to surprise you.
I want you to surprise me. And I want to surprise you. I want it to be down to the wire.
You know what sucks is every time I come up here, I feel like I don't play as good as I do when I'm back home. I throw way better at home than I do up here every time. And I think it's because of you two. Both of you guys.
Just like
I just
the pressure?
overthrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just want to show you guys and
yeah.
Like I don't suck. Look, watch.
Yeah.
Well, and then I overthrow, then I release late or
well, that's the thing about
release early and throw high and don't follow through.
Now, that's the tough part about disc golf is a lot of it isn't power, like because you can overthrow. What you want to do is just work on your smoothness. If you can get, if you can be
smooth, you're gonna go far.
Yep.
It's just like real golf. Everybody over swings with the club.
It's all about the angle. You need a good angle out of the disc, and that'll help you. All right. Have you ever? This is kind of going a callback from last episode. We talked about naming your stuff, but have you ever named a significant other's private areas?
I thought about this when you asked me this, and I know I have. I just can't remember what I named it or who it was.
Same. I just have general ones, but that I don't remember specifically.
I remember many of times like we'll be laying on the couch or something, and I'll be talking. I'll be like, "Shh, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to."
Yep. That's funny. Yeah, I got dumb ones like lefty and righty. I got, what is it? I said Tina the Titty. That was one of them.
We had a girl in school named her boobs Vivian Veronica.
Oh, there you go. I got Brenda the Boob. And then I got the last one I got is Vicky the vagina.
I like it. Oh, that's funny.
Her name was Vicky. No, it wasn't Vicky. I don't remember.
That's funny.
That's all
Yep.
I got though.
Yeah, I don't have names. I don't remember any of them, but I know I have.
I don't even know if these were true. I might have made them up on the spot too. Not on the spot, but I might have just like.
I used to do it just as a joke, just to mess around, you know.
Yeah.
Shh, we're talking. This is between me and her.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think we're more successful when we're together? Or do you think you could be more successful as an individual?
Well, I feel like I've already been pretty successful, like just how I've been living. I feel like I love the people that I've surrounded myself with. I love the process and where I'm at with my comedy. I love that I'm just able to have the stories and experiences that I've had, and I'm able to keep having, which is really nice. So like in my eyes, I'm successful. I might not be rich and famous and all this stuff, but from what I see, I feel like I've already got that. And then I feel like it would depend on what we have. Like if you're talking about together or individually, like the podcast, obviously together.
Right.
Like I wouldn't be even having a podcast without you.
Right.
Like it was, you wanted to do this. It was your idea and I went with it, and I wouldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
for
I'm
sure.
glad we did.
I love doing it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like comedy would be more individual, just because our styles are different, and I don't know if they really collaborate, you know, because you're more stories. I'm more like the individual, like dad jokes is one after the other. So that I think is going to be tough, because I'd love to do comedy with you and do shows together.
Right.
But I feel like individually,
and I've been thinking about it as our stand-up, and I think we would do pretty good together. I think we could do a show where you do your style, I do my style, and then at the end of the show, I think we've talked about this before, where you tell your jokes and then I just kind of critique you.
Yeah.
Or I do the punchline, or you do the punchline, or you rip on me while I tell a story and you throw this in there. And I think it'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. Or just do something like this on stage too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this would, but we definitely in a joke form.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like that would be something that we could at least try sometime.
Play with, yeah.
Open mics are perfect for that.
Yeah. Because I think we could actually be successful together.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of partnership comedians.
Yeah.
I think it could be a new area that we could hit, and I think we'd be pretty good at it.
Yeah, we could try at open mics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I got.
But I think we're better together than we are apart. In all areas.
Yeah.
I think we're stronger together. We're a stronger team than we are individually.
Yeah.
At least I feel that way.
No, I feel like that too. The only thing, like I said, like I've spent so much time working on my jokes that I feel like I've got a lot of time. And
I don't think I
energy
could touch your jokes.
Yeah.
But I think it's really funny when you do tell your jokes and we do critique it though. And the same with you.
Yeah.
And you do me. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is on stage. Almost like what's
like
his podcast? Just working it out.
Mike Birbiglia.
I think we could do that on stage.
Yeah.
And work it out.
Work it out
on stage.
It'd be interesting.
I think it'd be pretty funny. But yeah.
Yeah, we always try. Doesn't hurt to try.
But together, like even our comedy though, is what I'm saying is like as a show, I think we'd be better together. Like you do your,
Mm-hmm.
as an opening act and a closing act, rather than you going off on your own and me going off on my own.
Nah.
I think it'd be a stronger show. Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, like I said, like
our styles don't match.
Yeah,
and
that's the part that I'm kind of having a tough time with, is because it would be.
I think it'd be a great show for everybody.
It'd be a variety show for sure, but like, it would also have you'd have to look at the market too, because I've also tailored a lot of my jokes to be on the clean side. Like, I don't have jokes where I'm like, I do have like my naughty roddy jokes.
Oh, I get some.
But I also have like a lot of clean stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have more clean stuff than I do dirty.
Yeah. And I get more dirty than.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. So like, if we. Like,
but I could definitely go clean if we had to on the market. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said individual on the comedy aspect, but everything else was team.
Right.
Like, even like, I even put for like having a business, like a bowling alley, I put team.
Yeah.
I said that you'd probably be a little more dedicated just because I have my comedy stuff that I spend a lot of time on, but.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is, this is kind of a curveball now. This is going to be one of the naughty roddies, but how much control do you have over your balls? Can you move your balls?
I'm trying to right now.
Is it working?
I don't know.
I feel like I have pretty good control. I don't have perfect control.
I don't think I can maybe raise them up or raise them down, but I don't think I can go left, right, and make them dance.
I can't do that. No, I was just talking about going up and down, basically. Just having some sort of movement and control.
Yeah. If that's it, yeah. I wouldn't consider that control, though.
No?
Nah. Control would be like movement completely.
I don't even think that's possible.
Hey.
Maybe it is. I don't know. That's why I asked the question. I was just wondering. Maybe I was trying to see if I...
Depends on how we classify it, though.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. I was trying to see if maybe I was...
I don't think anybody has control of them, then.
Yeah, that was me. I hit
the mic.
Yeah. Got aggressive.
I don't think anybody does. I don't know. I don't know which way to go with this.
Maybe there's somebody out there that has complete control and they can do everything. They can split them apart.
That'd be cool. Wouldn't it be...
like one goes this way, one goes that way.
Make your balls dance.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
It'd make a good comedy show.
Right? I don't know who you'd show, but...
Maybe you'd have to go to one of those...
freak shows?
One of those gentlemen or ladies clubs. I don't know what... Yeah.
Next on stage, the ball dancer. All right. If you could, would you want to be able to make him dance?
No, I don't know. I don't have a need for it. I don't need that a part of my act.
Do you think girls would be freaked out? Or do you think they'd like it?
Some would like it, some wouldn't. Some would probably
be freaked out.
They'd probably run. They'd probably try to...
Where do you think the majority would be?
I'd say the majority would like be okay with it, but I don't think it's gonna be like I don't think they'd like not date you because you can't. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you want to date him? He can make his balls dance.
Or the opposite. Why didn't you want to date him? Well, he can't make his balls dance, and that's what I'm into.
Right? Oh, be kind of cool though.
I just thought it was an interesting question. Just wanted to get your intake.
Check it out. I call it the electric slide. I bet you didn't think I was going to go that advanced with that question.
No, that's good. Do the Cupid shuffle.
To the left, to the left.
Now, if you can do the Macarena.
Now dip, baby, dip.
Put your left ball in, take your left ball out.
And then you shake it all about. I'm just picturing this. All right. Well, all right. The draft was just this weekend for the NFL. You're a St. Louis Rams fan. I don't know why, but you are.
Well, I'm a Los Angeles Rams fan, not St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. They're
just saying.
Yeah.
Different city.
Nobody wants
Different
him.
team.
That's all that says.
Well, it means that, one of the biggest markets out there wants us.
How do you think your team did?
Well, I think they did good, but the media doesn't think they did good. I saw one thing, I guess I heard about one thing about the Rams getting an F- on their draft
Well,
compared to what people thought. But I actually liked it. I mean, I like Tutu Atwell. I know he's a smaller guy. He was our first round, well, not first round, but our first round, which is the second round because we didn't have anybody because we traded our first round. I love him though. He's called Deshaun Jackson Jr., which I think is going to be great because Deshaun Jackson is also on the team. So he can kind of teach him his style and he can kind of go from there, And I mean, he might only weigh 149, but he's a fast guy. So as long as he can go without getting tackled too hard, I think he should be fine. I think he should have a good long career, and that's what I'm hoping for at least. Got a couple other guys. We got
how big is that guy?
what do you mean? I just said 145 or 149.
Oh, you did.
Yep. Yeah, he's 149. I don't know how tall he is. Not super tall, I don't think. But yeah, we also got a couple other like wide receivers that might also be like our tight end because they're one of them's I got Jacob Harris. He's 6'5" and weighs 219. So he's not a super heavy guy, but he could definitely play tight end. So I like him, but he plays a lot of special teams. Got a running back. I got a lot of defensive players, which is nice. I'm hoping to see something solid from them, or at least a few of them, because we got to fill some holes. But how do you think the Vikings did?
I like who we drafted. The first move of the draft, I was not happy with.
What was that?
Well, we had the 14th pick overall.
Yep.
And we dropped back to the 23rd.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And I just didn't like what we got for dropping back that far.
What did you guys? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was actually working during.
So we had
draft.
the 14th pick, and Mac Jones was there, and I wanted him. I really did. I think he's a franchise quarterback. But we traded our pick to the Jets, I believe.
Okay.
We got 2 third-round picks, and we gave them our first round and switched with them. We dropped back 9 spots. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we gave them a 5th rounder for 2 third-rounders.
Okay. I mean,
I feel like we should have got more.
Yeah.
For dropping back 9 spots.
Third rounds, though, you can get some good talent there.
No, I agree, but I feel like giving up 9 spots should have been worth a 2nd rounder. And I would have been okay with getting 2 third-rounders if we didn't have to give up the 5th. We gave up our first round, so 9 spots with a switch, and a 5th rounder.
Yeah, that is a. I feel like you're right on that because I feel like you could have got maybe a 2nd and a 3rd if they had a 2nd. I don't know what they had available, but
yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I wasn't happy with.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got really lucky because we still got the guy we wanted. Or at least we were looking at a left tackle. So I feel like we got lucky that he was still there. If he wouldn't have still been there, that would have been a horrible move. And I think it still could be a horrible move if Mac Jones or Justin Fields, whatever his name is, it could be. If one of those 2 guys, both of them pan out as franchise quarterbacks, we made a bad mistake. And if the left tackle and the guard that we drafted don't pan out as studs or good solid starters, I don't think that was a good draft for us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it comes. It's all a gamble, though.
It is a gamble, but I think I'm looking at it as a business type trade. I feel like we got the weaker end in that trade. The way I explained it, like to my dad, was, all right, we had a Mercedes. we traded for a Honda Civic. We're okay with the Honda Civic, but we gave them also one free oil change, and they gave us 2 free oil changes. Does that make sense? We gave them a higher end vehicle with an oil change, and in return, we got a lower end vehicle, but we got 2 oil changes.
I feel like that's... I would have switched up the analogy a little bit, because oil changes, that's like $50. Like, that's not a lot. There's a pretty big difference.
That's my point, is we didn't get a lot.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is 3rd round picks and 5th round, there's a big difference between 3rd rounds and 5th rounds, and there is a pretty big jump.
Is there?
Yeah.
Talk to Tom Brady about it.
Well, yeah, but then you got 2 of them rather than the 1. So you got 4 for their 3.
Tom Brady was a 7th rounder. You
just
said
no,
5th round.
I'm sorry.
You said 5th round was nothing.
I didn't say it was nothing. I said there's a big difference between 3rd and 5th.
All right.
And you got 2 thirds, and they
gave up a 5th and a 1st.
Yeah. I don't think it's as bad as you think it is.
I feel like we gave up a high-end vehicle to get a lower-end vehicle, and then we gave you a maintenance plan, and you just gave us 2 of the same maintenance plans.
No.
I feel like we gave you the better package than what we got.
Mm-hmm. No, and I understand that, but I don't think it's as bad as you think it is. It's not. I don't think it's 100% fair, but
would you be happy if it was the Rams? If the Rams made that deal, would you be okay with it?
I guess it depends on who we got and who we were looking for. Like if there was if we didn't have anybody, say we're looking, this is hypothetical, but say we were looking for a certain wide receiver and he was still available. We knew that the 8 people in front of us, one of their needs wasn't a wide receiver. So we're basically going to be getting our guy. I would definitely do that trade. You know what I'm saying? Because that way
that's the other thing that why I didn't like that trade though either.
Because you wanted that one guy.
Well, that and 2 other left tackles
left during that time.
That time, we dropped back 9 spots. That's a lot of teams in there.
Yeah, well, especially that's what I'm saying. So in that case, then I probably wouldn't have been as happy, especially if you took a left tackle, which it sounds like you did.
Mm-hmm.
So in that aspect, you could have gotten somebody that had more potential. But
I do like the left tackle we got. I'm not.
Yeah.
And I talk about this on the Facebook page with the Vikings fans and all. Everybody rips on me. I'm like, I'm not saying I don't like the pick. And everybody's like, what do you not like about? I'm like, I like the pick. I like the guy. He's definitely a guy that I had on my radar. I just don't like what we gave up.
Yeah. But I'm
not looking at the players in this situation. I'm looking at this could have happened 4 weeks ago without even knowing who was off the board. I would have hated that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough thing. But like I said, it all depends on who you're going for. So maybe if that was the guy that they were going for and they knew there were 2 guys potentially in front of them, then they were okay with losing it. So it all depends, because then you're technically, I would consider it a win, because then you're getting 2 third rounds for your 5th, essentially.
Well, what we were looking at was either a franchise quarterback or a left tackle.
Yep. And then 3 or 2 left tackles left during that time frame.
And in those 9 teams that we jump behind, every one of them needed a left tackle or a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing?
Yeah, then that's tough.
That's why I was like, I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who was your favorite player that you drafted then?
Well, it's our 2nd rounder. It was Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just my favorite just because I'm a little guy. I want to see the little guy win.
Right.
And he's a really quick guy. I want to see what he can do, and I want to be able to see. I'm especially excited because we haven't really had a really good kick returner for a while, and it'd be nice to see him. I'm really hoping his hands are good, because we've had in the past people that fumble during the kick and punt returns, and that's not something I want to see.
I like Darrisaw, our number 1 pick.
Yeah.
But my favorite is probably the guard that we got.
When'd you get him?
The third. The Wyatt Davis. I think he's going to be a stud.
But would you have gotten him without that trade?
Yes.
Oh, because it was with the Vikings' third pick. It wasn't the two that were traded.
Yep. Yeah, we still would have got him. To be honest, I liked every player we got. I mean, we picked up Darisaw with our first pick, a left tackle, which we needed. Then we went after, we got Kellen Mond from Texas A&M, quarterback. Broke a lot of records. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in 2 years. I want to see him sit on the bench
and learn.
I don't want grab a clipboard and stay there.
Yep.
I don't want to hear halfway through the season if Kirk is having a bad year or whatever. No, let him sit and let him learn.
You mean if Aaron Rodgers, because he's coming over to
Aaron's not going to come here. Then we drafted a linebacker that was a starting quarterback. Or I don't know if he was starting, but he's a transformed quarterback. So that's going to be interesting. And people have him penciled in as a starter.
Yeah.
So I really got to look into him. I haven't really looked much into him.
Yeah.
Then we got Wyatt Davis, the guard. I really like him. He is an All-American. Going to be a stud. I think he's a very proven lineman. So I think our offensive line, this could be the best offensive line we probably have ever had.
Wow. That's good to hear.
Then we got a couple of defensive ends. But this guy in the 5th round, Amir Smith-Marset, wide receiver from Iowa State. Or University of Iowa. Stud
muffin.
Speedster, big guy. Hands, like nobody's business.
Like multiple, like he has more hands than anybody.
Yeah, he's got like 8 of them.
Wow.
Dude makes one-handed catches like there's no tomorrow. I'm excited for this kid. I think he's going to be our number 3 guy, but he's going to be our kick returner and our punt returner too, I think.
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about with the Rams, because they drafted people basically for their special teams ability.
And I think that's why you got such a bad grade, because you guys didn't really need much.
Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of needs, which is nice. Like it's nice to be in that kind of a position.
When your biggest needs are special teams,
yeah,
you're gonna get a bad grade.
Yeah,
you were filling in special team spots.
Yeah, because we have a good defense. Our offense is. I like our offense, especially with Stafford at the helm now. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen this year. And we got Cam Akers showing up last year. Like he's gonna be a stud this year, I feel.
Is there a position you wish they would have went after?
Maybe offensive line.
Yeah?
Yeah. We need a center. We could have drafted a center. But it sounds like McVay is happy with who we have. That's why they didn't draft one. We did get a bunch of non-drafted rookies now, so I'm hoping we got like 9 of them or something like that, and I'm hoping somebody steps up and is able to take over the position.
Nice.
But I mean, I will follow McVay. He knows what he's doing. He brought them from a bad spot. He brought them to the Super Bowl. So I mean,
that blew my mind.
That cost you $100.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That's a good $100.
Who do you think had, if not the best draft, a really good draft?
I'm gonna say Josh's team, the Jaguars. They had an amazing draft, if not the best draft.
The Bears killed it.
The Bears did do it very well, but I feel like the Jags did really well. And they did surprisingly well because they had 2 first-round picks. They had Trevor Lawrence, obviously, but they also drafted a rookie. They're
all rookies.
I sorry. He drafted a veteran. They drafted his running back.
His running back.
I don't remember his name, but they drafted Trevor Lawrence's running back in college. Yeah. They've been teammates for 3 years.
Yep.
And so now like he's probably not going to start because Robinson is doing really well, but he'll at least have somebody on the team that he has chemistry with right off the bat. So I mean, if Robinson, he played like I think he played 100% of the snaps in running like plays last year. So
break.
Yeah, give him a little break here and there, and
we drafted a running back too.
Yeah,
the pretty good.
Rams drafted who was it? Jake Funk is who they got, and he wasn't really productive in college, but they said that he's got some good potential, so I'm hoping to see something from him. But
is there anybody in your division that you fear now after the draft?
Well, I mean, the 49ers got a quarterback, but
who'd they get?
I don't even remember. They were the third.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
They got
the North Dakota guy. I don't remember
Lawrence
his name
or whatever. Right, Lawrence or
no
Lance or something.
Lance something another.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me. I didn't see him going number 2.
Yeah, he was the North Dakota kid. I don't remember what his name is, but he looks like he's got some good potential.
They say he's one of the most NFL ready QBs.
Yeah, but the Rams drafted Goff not too long ago, 2016, and he's not there no more.
I don't think he was that good.
I think he was good.
I don't.
He got him to the Super Bowl, so I'm sticking with it.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yep.
Did he?
It was only him.
Yeah.
It
wasn't the 5 number 1 wide receivers that he had?
No, they were called the Los Angeles Jared Goffs.
Yeah.
No, he definitely had some good help. And that was the year that they drafted, or not drafted, they acquired a lot of people on 1-year contracts, and we had a lot of big names, which doesn't always pay off, but it was just kind of neat to have all the names on your team.
Like I'm happy for you and all that for that year, but you take that 1 year out of his career,
not a whole lot of production.
No,
and I don't think there was a whole lot of love from people on the team, which doesn't help him.
Oh, a lot of people didn't like him?
Well, not that. It was just the chemistry didn't vibe. The vibe was off with a couple people. The relationship wasn't there, which you need a relationship. So
yeah, so you guys shipped him over to our division.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Curious.
They're actually very happy with Goff. Some of his teammates are very they like him, which I mean they should. So I'm hoping that
he's got nobody to throw the ball to. So
I'm hoping that I don't want to see him go. I still want to see him have some sort of. I don't want him to win the division. Like I'm a Vikings fan over the Lions, right. But no offense to Lions fans if you're listening. I live in Minnesota.
Hey, I root for the Lions all the time, man. I feel like Detroit needs something to root for,
No, I mean I love Michigan, so.
I'm always for the underdog.
Yeah.
If my team can't win, I'm definitely rooting for the underdog. I'm always in for the losers.
Yeah.
I'm a Bengals fan. Like, if I'm not rooting for the Vikings, I'm rooting for the Bengals.
I guess I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. Why do you think AJ Green? Why do you think I always draft him?
Huh? I mean, I just lost a little respect for you, but no.
I was kidding.
No, actually, I like the Bengals. They're not a bad club. Well, they're
terrible.
They're good the underdog team. All right, my last question. We've talked a lot about football, so I'm going to skip this. What is your favorite type of hat?
Oh, you know what I like.
You like.
I got excited.
Yeah, you like the beanie.
It's not a beanie.
I know it's not a beanie.
The Boston Scally.
The Boston Scally.
I love
favorite.
Love my Boston Scally hat. So Boston Scally, if you're listening, we'd love to have you as a sponsor because I love your hats.
How many do you have now? You have 2, right?
No, I got 6.
6. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love them.
How many would you like if ideally?
I'd have their whole line.
Really?
I would buy their whole line if I had the money.
They're not sponsored, but man.
They're not super expensive. I mean, it's like a 40. $45, $50 hat.
I don't think I own a hat that's cost $40. I always go cheap.
Might be 35. Some of them are cheaper than, but man, they are comfortable, good looking. I love those hats.
Mine's just a baseball hat.
Yeah.
I love baseball hats. I have so many baseball hats. I love them though.
Would you wear a Scully?
I mean, I haven't, but I mean, I wouldn't like.
Is it your style or not really your style?
Depending on what I'm wearing, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a style for everybody. Like, there's a rhyme and reason for everything.
Oh, I don't know if that's a style for everybody.
No.
Some guys just don't like Scullies.
No. I mean, I don't mind it. I like I said, I've never
I think they're a gorgeous
tried
hat.
it.
I like it.
I'd wear a top hat. I'd wear all hats. I just need to have the right attire to go with it.
Yeah.
Although even like today, it doesn't really necessarily matter about the attire because I was wearing Ram stuff, and then I was wearing a red hat. Like it didn't. I'm not a fashion guy. I just go for what's comfortable. And
I kind of do like fashion.
I'm not a huge fashion guy. Like I'll wear whatever's comfortable, and if it clashes, oh, sorry, my bad. Like I'll be fashionable like when it matters. Like when I go to work, I dress pretty fancy for work because.
So if you got a Scully, what color would you get?
I'd probably want like a black just because it kind of goes with everything.
Right.
And it's just like a clean look. What's your favorite one that you have?
I really like that black one.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the one you brought here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My first Scully is like the actual old school. You remember my dark gray one?
Yeah. Yep.
I really like that one. That's my first one. So I have like a plaid gray, a light gray, a darker gray, a black, a white, a blue.
So you don't have a whole lot of colors.
No.
You just have a lot of.
But
they go with like almost everything though.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat.
They're so comfortable. Most of those kinds of hats are like shallow.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a deeper hat. It's comfortable.
Yeah,
So
I guess I
nice.
didn't even think of the depth of the.
I gotta have a deep hat. I don't
Well,
like a
I know
shallow hat.
but I wasn't even thinking if it was shallow. I would much rather wear the deep one than the shallow.
Most of those style hats are shallow, and I hate that.
I have shallow baseball hats, and I don't wear those ones.
I'll
as
throw them
often.
away.
Oh, I won't throw them away. I'll keep them around, and they're kind of like my backup. Like if I just need to go grab a hat quick, or if I'm like
If I got a shallow
doing
hat,
yard work.
and I'm gonna keep it, must be like a wall hanging hat. I don't like shallow hats. I feel like it's just sitting on the top. It's not really doing anything. So,
Makes sense. Sweet.
so once again, Boston Scally, if you want to sponsor, we'll take you.
Or baseball hat companies.
To be honest, I am a hat guy. I'll take any kind of hat. I love hats.
I'll wear hats. I'm not wearing one now. I wish.
Are
I
you a
was.
fitted guy or a snapback?
Both. I wear both.
What do you like most?
I like fitted better, just because they fit better.
And
or as long as you get the right size,
All right.
right?
So now, do you like fitted or do you like the stretch fit?
Oh, I take that back. I like the stretch fit.
Do you?
Yep. I like it just because, like, I don't really know my hat size. Like, I'll go somewhere and I'll like have to try a bunch of different fitted hats, and it takes forever to find what my actual head size is. I know it's easy to remember. Like, I don't think it changes very often.
7 1/4.
I have no idea what mine is. You could say 7 3/8, and tell me 100 times, I won't remember. I'll just the next day I'll go buy a hat and I'll buy an 8 3/8. I was close, one away.
I'm not saying I have a huge head, but 7 1/4 is a pretty good size head. And Andy, my brother-in-law, his brother Peanut, has a giant head. Like, he goes, "Try that on," and he threw one over to me, and it was like I felt like a 2-year-old putting on a hat the other day.
Wow. What size is that? Do you know?
And he didn't.
No.
He had to go fitted. He goes, "I don't think I can get into it."
Mm.
Because a lot of places when I go to get a fitted hat, he says they don't have my size. Nothing will fit me. They're all too small. Like, wow.
Interesting. I like the stretch.
It's not often that I put on a hat or a helmet or something like that, and it feels like I feel like I literally felt like a 2-year-old putting on a hat.
Wow. Now, I like the stretchy just because you have a little more leeway then.
Yeah.
Like, you can get close to your size, like, but if it's a little big or a little small, like, you're still good.
Right. All right. Well, it's that time of the night.
It's that time of the show that we get to talk about comedians.
Who is and what comedians are your top Asian comedians?
Top Asian comedians. Well, I mean, we got a pretty decent list going here. Why don't you start this time? I always start.
I'm going with Joy Coy.
Yeah. Is he the one that you have communication with?
No.
Okay.
I wish. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Joe Coy would be freaking awesome to talk to.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So funny. He's got a lot of Netflix specials, a lot of specials, period. Very funny guy.
Mine is Dr. Ken.
Dr. Ken.
He's been in a lot. He's been in a lot of TV shows. He's got the Hangover movies. That's where he's most probably most known for.
That's where he got famous.
Yep. Yeah. He's a doctor. Like he's
got to be ballsy to go, I'm going to quit my practice. Oh, really, Dr. Ken? What are you going to do? I'm going to be a comedian. What?
Comedian, actor, like everything. He's just amazing.
It's crazy that he did that.
Yeah. I would have put him as one of the potentials for our dedication for sure.
Oh, yeah. We could have very easily. Ali Wong.
Oh, she's hilarious.
She's got a couple specials out. She's very funny. If you guys haven't seen Ali Wong, check her out. She blew up just before the pandemic.
Yeah. Didn't she have one that she was pregnant in?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's so funny.
Yeah, she's
so funny.
She's good. One of my next is Russell Peters from India.
Nice.
He's hilarious. I just listened to his podcast, or I was actually Pete Holmes' podcast, and he was on there. And it's just, he's got a very interesting story because he does not come from money. And so it's so cool that he's able to have this wonderful career, and now he has money, but he like knows how to use it, you know, like he puts it to good use. So, which is really nice to see.
Aziz Ansari.
Oh yeah. I had him on my list, but I wanted you to.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great actor too.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. He's hilarious in Parks and Rec.
He got I don't know what he did, but he got in a little trouble. Did you know?
Yeah, he did get in a little bit of trouble. I think everything
blew over now.
Okay. But it did sound like it was kind of a tough situation for
sexual comment or something?
It was a sexual... I don't think it was a comment. It was either a sexual comment or something he did that... I don't exactly remember, but I mean...
Cancel culture, man, I tell you.
It's tough. My next is Jimmy O. Yang. What I know him most for is Silicon Valley. I just got done watching all of Silicon Valley. I love it. I recommend that show.
I might have to check that out. I don't think I've ever watched it.
I have all the seasons. You can borrow it. It's awesome.
That good, huh?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's what is it? 8 seasons? But it's hilarious, and he's in a lot of it. He's not like I don't think he's in every episode, but he's great. His character is amazing.
Henry Cho. He's been around forever. Big Christian comedian. Doesn't do anything dirty.
I guess I didn't know. I knew that he was more clean, but I guess I didn't know
he's very clean.
Well, I didn't know that.
The funny thing is the Asian, but he has a very deep Southern accent.
Oh yeah, yep.
So
I knew that
funny.
part. I guess I didn't know the Christian part.
Yep.
My next is Mindy Kaling from The Office.
Nice. I love Mindy.
She's not.
I was gonna fight you. I was gonna fight you for her because I really do like her. She's funny.
Yeah, she's got a lot of different things going on, and she's one of my favorites. Like it's just she's a very good writer too. Like with The Office, she wrote so many of those episodes that it's crazy. I love her.
Steve Byrne is my next guy. Steve Byrne is my boy.
Steve Byrne. He's the one that, yeah.
Yeah, I talk to Steve occasionally. Very, very nice guy. Funny. So funny to stand up. Did a lot of sitcoms back in the day. Director, writer now. Has a few movies out. Open Mic, I believe is what it's called. I should have looked that up to help him out here, but
is that about like him like doing surgery on a guy named Mike?
No,
like
it's a movie about actually comedy. How a comedian and your boy
about comedians doing open mics, yeah.
Jimmy O yeah.
Yeah, yep. He's in it?
He's the lead.
Oh wow.
And then
what's that on? Is it on?
You can find it on Amazon Prime and
okay, nice.
You can order it. Cedric the Entertainer is in it as well. It's a really good movie. If you're a comedian and kind of want to see what it pretty much tells you how it really is about. Tom Segura's in it. He has a small part in it too.
Nice. I'll have to look at that. I haven't seen it. I'll have to look into it.
He used to tour with Bert.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to him about because he didn't have a podcast. I think he just started a podcast. I go, you need to have one of just your road stories because his road stories are so good. They're funny. It'd be funny just to hear. Because like him and Bert when they were talking about how they the bar was closed when they came in one night and how they got to party afterwards and all that. Stories like that would be cool to hear.
Oh, for sure.
So that's my guy.
Sweet. I got Ronnie Chang. He's on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. He's got some stand-up specials. He's really good. I don't know a lot about him, but I just know he's hilarious from what I've seen on Trevor Noah, on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Nice, funny.
Yeah.
Let's see, where am I? Margaret Cho. Another funny female.
Yeah. I don't know much. I've definitely.
If you looked her up, I guarantee you've known her. You've seen her in a few things. Very funny girl. Very, very funny.
I saw an episode of you made it weird. With her, I just haven't gotten to it, but I definitely want to see that one or listen to that one. I got Eugene Cordero. He's in a bunch of different things. He's in Silicon Valley. He's in The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's in Drunk History. He's in a bunch of different things. And it just a really, really funny.
I'm gonna butcher this, but I apologize. But he's a very funny guy. Hassan Minhaj. Hassan Minhaj.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny dude, stand-up comedian. I think he has a couple specials out.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very funny. So if you look him up if you don't know who he is. Very funny guy.
Mine is again, this might not be exactly right, but Aparna Nachera. I don't know if you've heard of her or not. She's in what I know her from most is Corporate. I don't know if you've.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? Mm-hmm. She's also she plays voice in Bob's Burgers.
Nice.
She's on the Jim Gaffigan show. She's on a bunch of different things. Yeah, she's got a lot of different. I think she was on the Jim Gaffigan show before she was on Corporate, which is kind of neat.
Nice. Kumail Nanjiani. I don't know.
I thought Kumail was on mine.
Oh yeah, you have Kumail. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
No, go ahead. You take him.
I have Kumail.
I got another one.
I have Kumail Nanjiani. Again, he's in Silicon Valley. He's amazing. He's if you've never seen the movie The Big Sick, I highly recommend that.
Oh really?
It's a great movie. It's based on his life, which is it's really, really good. He's in a bunch of different things. He's really good friends with Pete Holmes, so I hear about him all the time on his podcast. And he seems like a really cool guy. He's really gotten into shape the last few years. He's really bulked up. Looks great.
Oh yeah, he's Yeah, he's getting really built.
Yeah,
He got chiseled.
yep, he's looking good, but he's hilarious.
Very funny.
I love him.
All right, I'll do 2 then. I got Cal Penn.
Okay.
And then a very funny dude. If you don't know who he is, go look him up. Very, very funny. Specials everywhere. Great stand-up. And Randall Park.
I don't know Randall Park.
If you looked him up, I guarantee you do.
I'm gonna look him up real quick while
Yeah.
you talk a little bit about him. I'm gonna.
Well.
Okay, never mind. I can do it another time too.
Randall Park. Let's see, what was he in?
Oh yes, I know. Oh my God, how did I not know him?
Right?
I know him for sure. He's in a lot of different things.
Yeah, he was in Ant-Man 2.
Oh really? I guess
He was the FBI agent.
Oh sweet.
You know when he does the card trick?
Yeah.
He's like,
I
and
guess
then at the end he's like, "All right, tell me, how'd you do the card trick?" Really?
That's funny. All right, now we're down to our dedication.
Our dedication.
So this person, he's one of the reasons why I love comedy in general, just because of one of the TV shows that I love. I've talked about this TV show a lot in the past, and I've used a lot of the actors and actresses from that TV show, Mad TV, Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee is my boy.
Bobby Lee is hilarious.
Podcaster, big time podcaster.
He's got multiple podcasts.
Yeah, Bad Friends with Andrew Santino, and he has
Tiger Belly.
Tiger Belly with his girlfriend.
Yep.
And still does stand up. I don't think he's touring yet.
Well, a lot of people aren't really touring. They're starting to get into it. But yeah, Bobby Lee is
been in a lot of movies. A lot of shows.
A lot of TV shows. He's got quite the history. He's loving his life now. I actually just listened to him on Pete's podcast too.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's on
How do you do on there?
Oh, really good. Yeah, he talked a lot about... I've heard a lot of the stories that...
He's a big gamer.
Yeah.
Big gamer. Very funny, dude. I remember going to see him one time and got butt naked on stage.
No way.
Yeah.
That's something that, I mean, I could see it. That's part of his shtick.
You know, and for such a weird dude, gorgeous girlfriend.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's gorgeous. Good for him, though.
But I'm not surprised, though. He's got a really good personality. He just seems like a guy that...
He's a very sweet dude.
Yeah. Well, he's got a very sweet heart, too. Like, he is...
But weird.
Very weird. But you know what? Weird is good.
Weird is good.
I love weird. I mean, obviously there are some bad weirds, but I like weird.
I love Bobby. He's probably one of my favorites out there right now.
Yeah, like I said, he's the one that... He was on Mad TV, and I loved everybody on Mad TV.
God, I wish they'd bring back Mad TV.
Well, they did for...
Yeah, but they need to bring back the old style of Mad TV. Mad TV was so good back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people realize how good it actually was.
Yeah, there's a guy that I got to actually perform with that was on the new Mad TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Adam Ray.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, he was on Mad TV, and
Bobby.
He's hilarious, too. He's a really good guy. From what I... Like, when I got to talk to him backstage, like, he was the guy that... Like, I was about to go on stage, and I didn't know the rule on masks, and they said that you didn't have to wear it on stage because they like moved the chairs back, and so like everything was safe. They sanitized the mic, and everything was good to go. And so I had my mask on, and I was about to go on stage. He's like, "You wearing that on stage?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's wait, do I have to? He's like, "No, everything's sanitized. Like you're good." And like as he said that, they were announcing me on stage. So I'm like ripping my mask off as I'm like trying to get on stage, and like it was a little nerve wracking, but he had really good timing because I didn't want to be I would have been the only comedian wearing a mask that night.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he saved me.
Nice.
Yeah, really.
What's one of your favorite things about Bobby Lee? Just Mad TV?
Well, Mad TV was the first thing. I love him in podcasts, like either as a host or guest.
He's very talented in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like he knows about podcasts. Like I feel like he learned it as being a guest, and then really developed when he was a host, and has just really done well for
his
himself.
podcasts are huge.
Yeah.
And he has a Twitch or whatever you call it now for gaming.
Oh, okay. That's got to be popular.
Yeah, it's popping big time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I love Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's so good. If you guys don't know who Bobby Lee is, go look him up. Go watch his content. Go watch his movies. Go watch his stand-up. The dude is amazing. Local guy. He grew up here.
Yep, grew up in Minnesota. And if anybody out there knows him, tell him that I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, no kidding. I'd love to meet Bobby. So, but that's our episode for tonight, guys. Once again, you guys can find us on Facebook. Go like the page. Go share all the things that we share. You can find us on YouTube now. We got all our episodes up on YouTube. You can go to the website, www.thestupidestpodcast.com. We're on Instagram and
we're on Twitter.
I need to really start spitting out some more Twitter. I don't think we got very many posts.
Yeah, we are going to be putting out some more videos here. We're going to start shooting some videos and putting it on social media a little bit more now that we got some content behind the show.
So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.
Have a good one.